This one might get me in trouble, though. This one might get me in trouble. I should have screen recorded that. It's always Mr. Up. It's always Mr. Up. Like I swear, you live. I'm so hurt, bro. You live for me. You live for me to come up.
Vibes, you hurt me. I thought you was a watermelon. You were avocado.
You've been hurt, man. How long you been hurt for? Get some therapy. Get some hurt.
I thought you was a watermelon gang.
Get some therapy.
I thought you was with the watermelon gang. You with the avocado gang.
I'm with the I'm with the watermelons because you know us Mexicans we eat
watermelons. No.
We put you know what we put on the watermelon, right?
Bruh.
Tampico.
Bruh. I thought you was for the squad.
We make that watermelon taste good.
You hurt my
feelings, we eat it,
man.
And we eat it with the black seed. Just remember it.
I'm just saying, man. I thought you was part of the squad. You part of the whole. Yo, you with inebriating, man.
You thought because I cosplayed you, I undermined your people, and I made you believe what? But they call me, but they say that I sound white teeth. So how am I cosplaying y'all? How did you think I was one of y'all?
I thought you was just.
How did you think I was an FBA?
You was an African from Maine or something.
African from Maine.
I thought that's what I swear. I thought you
Africans
was just
don't live in Maine.
Yes, they do. That's where they go.
FBAs might live in Maine, but not us. That's a colony of
Africans are in Maine, my brother.
East Coast. We're not out there. Yes, Africans fled the East Coast to West. You know that, right?
Man, it's Africans in Maine.
We try to leave. We try to leave the plantation. Y'all try to stay there. You know,
they talk just like you.
Anyways, let's go with you, Mr. Up. Everything good?
On some real nigga shit. I got one question though. On some real shit. Why don't
I'm a real nigga though?
Why don't Afro Latinos like fight the white Latinos? Why y'all fight for space in our space, but not in the white Latino space? Because the white Latinos probably beat y'all, whoop y'all ass. So y'all want okay. Hey, bro, because I never see y'all on. I never seen Afro Latinos on the Spanish channels. They get
let me educate you.
Get all the white Latinos. They get all the.
I'm trying. Bro.
Hey, look,
I'm trying. I got
vibes. Hold up. They get all the. They get all the Cornelo Alvarez Latinos to represent y'all. I don't never see no Afro Latinos.
Yo, mad at Canelo. That's crazy.
Bro, I never see no Afro Latinos. I feel like y'all fight should be with them.
Bro, you know I know Crawford. You know that's my homie. You know that's my homie.
For real.
You know Crawford's I'm in the boxing game.
Oh, you boxing ego?
Crawford's he beat Canelo, man. You ain't gonna give him credit,
man.
Why is Crawford a B word?
Yeah, why'd you say man, Crawford's soft, bro. He every time you get in front of Latinos and whites, dude just get I don't know, bro. It just
so you want him to hate on Mexican people?
Nah, it's like this. When Mexicans win, Mexicans don't shout out no black community. So why is you shouting out the Mexican community when they don't shout out the black community, bro? So I'll be confused. They say Viva Mexico, nigga, and this nigga wanna shout out to the Mexican community and the urban community. Man,
Mr. Up, you can't hate on black people in America that got support from the rest of
bro, listen, black people in America.
You're just turning your back on everyone. I get it.
Black people in America don't got no ethnic pride, bro. These motherfuckers, they got more gay pride than black pride. I'm just peeping it out like, what the hell is going on in the world, bro? Low pride ass niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the pride back. I'm gonna put the soul back in the game. You hear me? Vibes.
In the black community, in the boxing community, Mr. Up, like there's not, like we gotta hold each other up. So again, I'm gonna remind you this. There's no Afro. Now you're separating Afro Latino from Afro Mexicans and Afro Indigenous people, and I saw you teacupped up. I want you to hear this before
I'm just letting you know, y'all never pushing on them white Spaniards.
Hold on, now let me talk. So the Spanish You know, just like the white Americans are in Mexico, the expats, right? And then so you're saying why is there no pushback from the Spanish, right?
Listen, and all them
No,
Latino.
can I land? Can I
Oh,
land,
okay, go ahead, go
Mr. Up?
ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So the Spanish and the white tea people in America, they're all the same people. You know, they fight amongst each other over there as well. And but I feel like you picked your oppressor, right? So you picked the white man here in America. And then the Spanish, you're looking at them like the same oppressors, but you're grouping up all the people that live in Mexico as the Spanish, you know. Even when you say Afro Latino, Afro Hispanic, those are ethnicities too, Latino and Hispanic. And remember that Latino and Hispanic, they don't include black in that mix, right? So you gotta have to have some understanding for indigenous people in Mexico that fought off the Spanish. You also have to give credit to the Afro-Indigenous, Afro-Mexicans, right? Because they fought off the Spanish. You had rebellions that happened there in the 1500s before Jamestown, before the white tea people made it to Jamestown and those colonies, they made it to Mexico. So we're true foundational in the concept of America as the continent. But you got to, bro. You can't just group me up with all Mexicans a nationality, just like American is. So for you to just say you're Spanish, you're Mexican, you're grouping me up there. So you can't be that disappointed in me because I'm teaching you right now, right?
Listen, Rob, so why in all those Latin countries, nobody have any pushback for the whiter Latinos? The Afro Latinos fight for the spots in our spaces. Go fight for the spots in the Afro Latino spaces because they never represented ever. Even in Brazil, even in Mexico, they're never represented. They'll get the whitest Latinos to represent them.
I agree. So I
feel like y'all fight should be with them, bro. Like y'all should fight them.
But you have the same issue here in America, even though they still vibes. Even though the biracials, think about the biracials, right?
We fight them though, vibes. We gotta.
Well, you're fighting your own. You're not fighting white people, Mr. Up. I never see you fight white people.
Vibes. When it comes to this, bro, my people, it's in my blood to do it, bro. I'm not part of a culture where we whitewashed ourselves on purpose like Latinos, bro. Y'all they whitewash themselves on purpose. What it is, La Raza, better the race.
So there's so much hate there.
We never did that, bro. So we never got that low where we said we need to lighten up our skin. Like, no, bro, that's Latino culture. That's not my culture, bro, at all. My culture is to fight the white. I'm from St. Louis, bro. Every Negro that did something is a Negro from St. Louis. No African, no Caribbean did nothing here. And when I say that, everybody say, well, what's in St. Louis? It's like, bro, my peoples, and they put in more work than any African village. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it.
Ouch.
That's where I'm at with it.
And so here, I will say this, Mr. Up. There's colorism in all of the Americas, right? And there is a small percentage of Black Mexicans, Black indigenous people, Afro-indigenous people that do stick up for themselves. That's why they're still there. That's why they're in the coastal areas. You know, they're south. They're the south. They're in the south, bro. And so for you to just dismiss them because they're the ones taking all the hate by those white Spanish, white Latinos, Hispanics. They you know what they did, Mr. Up? They cosplayed them because that's what Mexican culture is at the end of the day. But they did the same kind of undermining and taking that culture, and now you see it like burritos. People? You see it like burritos and tacos and sombreros. Hold on, bro. Come on, don't do this. You see it as what you see it. But you're right. They definitely put their face on it and then pushed it like it's their culture, just like they did here in America.
Bro, they stole one thing about America is documented. It's documented that everything is ours. If we say country music ours, bro, we can pull that up from the 30s and the 20s. When we say rock and roll ours, we can pull that up. We can show you exactly the three Black Americans who what's the white boy they say the king of rock and roll? What's his name? Elvis. I can literally show you the dudes he copied. Like, it's in history, but with Afro Latinos, bro.
I don't know no white boy. Sorry.
No, I'm talking about Elvis. They say Elvis is the king of rock and roll, but Elvis. Elvis literally copied three Black Americans and like put them all together and made himself. But one thing about Elvis, he actually says it. Hey, I learned this from black people.
Yeah, and
I
I
got
saw
this
the
from black
clip
people.
of the.
But one thing about
Yeah, I
Afro
definitely.
Latinos vibes, there's none of that. They literally
There
hijacked the whole
is, bro.
thing.
There is
Bro,
all over Latin
they
America.
took
There
salsa.
is. You just don't know about it.
No, I'm saying
You never researched.
I'm
You
saying
never
most of that shit
researched.
be from Afro Latinos, the whole culture in Latino culture, especially and down there in Southern, all that.
Mhm.
That's Afro Latino culture. But the white,
It's almost like when you say Afro Latino, you're almost saying Afro American.
no,
But
not Afro. I'm
American
saying like
has.
those are the black people. Those are they salsa, dancing, all that. That's
Yeah.
all
What you
they
know about
shit.
that?
The
What you
the
know
white
about that?
Latinos took it for themselves.
They did not take it. They
I
cosplayed it.
mean,
So they
where they
pretended it was
cosplaying
their
hella good,
culture.
right?
Yeah.
Listen,
So
right now, if you look at
you're
reggaeton,
dealing with the same issue.
if you look at
You're dealing with the same
reggaeton,
issue.
it's a fucking light skin. It's a light skin
Yo, Bad Bunny. Shout out to
bruh.
Bad Bunny in
Nah,
the
bruh.
Super Bowl.
You
Y'all
can't sit here
mad?
and take reggae.
Y'all
You
mad?
can't sit here and take reggae and put some sauce on it and then call it reggaeton. Man,
You
get
got
the
to
fuck out
convince
of here,
me.
bruh.
You got to convince me, St.
Get the
Louis,
fuck out
right?
of here, bruh.
Nelly. You got to convince me, right? Country Grammar. You got to
Bad Bunny.
convince me.
Bad
You
Bunny.
got to convince me that you're not aligning yourself with your oppressor
Bad
before you
Bunny
ever
is.
call out any Spanish stuff.
Bro,
All right?
Latinos always line up with white people. Y'all literally have a saying, better the race. That's Latino culture. Black Americans have none of that in our, we never said no stuff like that. So that
Well,
means
talk to
you
the
whitewash
Black
yourself.
Americans that love Latino
Hold on, that
culture,
means
that
Latinos whitewash
that
themselves on
embrace
purpose,
that,
vibes. You know that?
huh?
That's what it means. Latinos whitewash themselves on purpose.
So that's why we don't say Latino,
We're
Mister Up. Even
Hispanic,
indigenous.
Latino, whatever y'all
No,
is,
we
you
just because we
whitewash.
speak the just because we speak the colonizer's language, like you speak the Queen's English, but you have
No.
an accent
Yeah, I
with
got
it.
you. I speak Ebonics. You know,
You see. So we
the
speak
lingo
our
y'all
own.
try to
We speak
copy.
our own Spanish. It's different. We got our own Ebonics back in Mexico.
I got a
So stop
question,
it.
Vibes. One question for you. Okay. Being called the cowboy, right? Is that
Wait.
is
Give me a second, Mister Up. I gotta answer this call.
I about to turn your ass up.
No, you're not. Just chill out. Just chill out. Ask people for likes. Get the people up here.
This dude got us up here. And why you got this picture up here, Vibes, dog? Why you ain't got no Mexican up here with a Spaniard behind them? You know what I'm saying? Like we know this history of y'all picking tobacco, bruh. You know, why do you got somebody up here like y'all didn't get colonized by the Spanish, man? They was feeding y'all the dogs, all type of stuff, bro. Like, yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Hello, what y'all was talking about, man? Hello?
Yeah, man, we got a undercover under.
Tether?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what he
Nah,
is,
he a
bro.
tether.
I don't know
I
what
be
he
listening
is.
to shit. He be tether babbling and shit. I be seeing his panel. I just leave.
No,
Be
I
like
just found
150
out he a
tethers in there.
Mexican, bro. It fucked me up. I said, you Mexican? What is you doing
Nah,
on here?
I think he black. Is that the host you talking about?
Yeah, he like Mexican though.
Nah, he like a tether, bi-ethnic, biracial. He a tether.
Nah, he a Afro Latino. He say.
Yeah, he a tether. I was on this one page today. I was just listening, skimming through page. There was some tell like some Africans. A lot of them was Muslim. And they talking about they be dating black American Muslim men.
Damn, Vibes, why you take him down, bro?
I didn't take him down, Mister Up. I didn't take him down.
And why you drop me?
I have a call. I just gotta make sure no one's spazzing out. Please check your own FBAs, okay, Mister Up?
Yes, I was on that panel,
Oh
and
no,
they was talking about
Oh,
marrying.
thank God, Red, you're here. Red's gonna be my mod.
man, Red is weirdo, bro.
It's all
Your
good.
mama's a
That's what I
weirdo.
need.
Marrying
Hey,
black.
look,
All right, Red, you got this. I gotta
Yeah, I
answer.
got
I'm
it.
on the phone call with family,
Red,
so
you
Time for
please
some
take
Crown
care of that.
Royal
goddamn
drinking, Newport
FBA spanking.
smoking.
What you say?
You
Say it
Crown Royal
again.
drinking,
Say it
Newport
again.
smoking.
Silence there, boy. Your daddy's home.
Man, shut your lemon ass up.
Hey, he said you knew Pete Rosie. Where he from?
Your daddy's home, boy. Be
Red from
quiet.
Africa.
He's African trying to roast.
Who's African?
You
Where you
is.
from?
I am African.
What
Right.
country you from?
I'm from the United States, nigga.
Nah, nigga, where your family from?
From the United States.
Man, shut up. See, Red, you see how stupid that sound?
Shut up. I'm talking, boy. Now, what you had to see, Tim McGraw?
I'm just trying to figure out where your family from. You was
What
roasting us
does it
talking
matter
about
where my
Newport.
family from? All black people come from Africa.
Nah.
Nigga, I don't
Yeah.
come from Africa. Nigga, I'm from America, nigga.
Yeah, wasn't no black people in America prior to 1492. You want to get to proving that?
How much you want to bet?
What
Okay,
tribe you
let's see.
from,
Let's get
Red?
to it.
How much you want to bet?
Hold
When
on.
you
Let me
go,
check
wait,
this
wait,
out
wait,
again,
wait,
boy.
wait,
Hold on.
wait. When you Google it, it even says it.
Silence, boy. I'm
Tribe you
talking to the
from,
other
Red?
boy. Shut up. Shut up. You hear us
What
talking?
tribe you from, bro?
Shut up. You hear us talking? We about to get to proving some information. So, show me black people in America prior to 1492.
I say, tell me
Not
what
you,
tribe
boy.
you from.
What I said? I said not you, boy. This other guy said he had something to say. I heard what you had to say earlier. Now, Tim McGraw, let's get to proving black people was here prior to 1492. I'll wait. Let's get some information on the screen. Let me see if you got enough followers to put something even on the screen. Let's get
Red.
this information get cracking.
Hey, Red, what tribe you from, bro?
A tribe called African Americans. That's my ethnic group. You know, tribe is equivalent to ethnicity. I know you didn't know that. So when we were brought to
What
America,
African tribe you from?
I said that is my African tribe.
But Africans have a tribe, like a home
Right. That
tribe.
is my African tribe.
That's
When we
not.
came to
That's
America,
two
we created a
continents we put together.
so tribes. I'm gonna tell you again, boy. Listen now. Listen clearly when I say this. Tribes are equivalent to ethnic groups. My ethnicity is African American. This is an ethnicity created on the soil of America, but of Africa. There is no black people here prior to black people being brought from Africa, either via the Caribbean or directly from Africa.
So is Elon Musk an African American like you?
No, Elon Musk can't be an African American because he's not African.
Okay, so is Shabuzi African American like you?
As Shabuzi can't be African American because he's not of African American stock. He's African though.
Okay, at least that's what I want to hear, Ray. I'm proud of you, son.
What do you mean, son? What do you mean? I'm 50
No,
years old. You can
at
be
first
never.
you were saying it
You
was
can
the
never be my
same.
elder.
African was the same as
Shabuzi is
black,
African, right? We are
but
the
now
same.
you switching it up, and I appreciate you for that,
What do you
Red.
mean? I've
I'm
never
proud
said
of you,
anything
son.
different. Shabuzi is.
I'm proud of you,
Shabuzi
son.
is.
Thank you,
Where's
Red.
Shabuzi from?
Hey, look, I'm proud of you, Red. I
Where
don't got
is
no smoke
Shabuzi?
with you.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again.
I
I
don't
don't.
got
I
no.
don't play
You
this
said
shit.
what you said. I
Okay.
appreciate you.
See
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
Red.
I'll talk to the other guy.
Thank you, Red.
You're welcome. Um, so I'm sending you an invite. Well, let's get to proving black people are indigenous to America there, Tim. I sent you an invite
I didn't
to
say
come off mute.
indigenous to America. I said black people was here before the transatlantic slave trade.
Okay, I agree. That's what I thought I heard you say. So where's the evidence of black people being here prior to the transatlantic slave trade?
All you gotta do is Google it.
Oh, and where does Google bring up?
It brings up. Google it right now.
No, it
What are you
doesn't. I'm
talking
not.
about?
Okay, so
I
check
swear
this
to
out.
God, I Google
Let,
it. Pulls.
check this out. This is how this is going to work. You say that black people were here prior to 1492. I said that they're not. I said show the information. I'm not Googling shit because I know that what Google says. I know that it doesn't agree with you. So if you have information proving that black people were here prior to 1492, you bring it or shut up. That's the way that's going to work. I
I'm
don't do
proud
all
of you,
this jaw
Red.
jacking and hypothesizing and theorizing. We're going to analyze actual documents.
Hey, I'm proud of you, Red.
And you're proud of me for?
For understanding that black and African American is not the same thing
Oh,
as African.
black and African is the same thing.
No, you said African. You said what you said. Now you're trying to play with
No,
it.
no,
You
no,
said
because I didn't say anything like that.
you
You took
said
what you hold on. You took what you wanted from me. You asked me was Shabuzi African American. I said no. Is he black? Yes, he is black, but he's not African American.
that's what I like to hear.
So how is that contradictory to anything I've ever said before?
I should boozy black. Black.
Shut up. You're supposed to be finding how black people are indigenous prior to 1492. That's the only thing I want to see from your page. Is some information pulling up how black people was here. Hold up, you're talking again. I don't see no camera coming on. Let me send you an invite to turn on that camera
So
so we
so
can.
how did the
Hold
sit?
on. Yeah, yeah. Too much talking, not enough showing.
This dude.
You know what the Sentinels are, right?
Yeah, too much talking, not enough showing. I don't want to know nothing about the Sentinels.
No, you
I
know
don't
what the
want to know.
Sentinels are.
Hush, 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 hush. Get the information and we can talk about it. Now,
You know what the
Mr.
Aborigines are.
Hold on, what? You're not Aboriginal. You got to turn on your camera to talk to me.
What race are
Good,
the
Tim.
Aboriginal?
Tim McGraw, you got to turn on your camera to talk. So, Mr. What's the name? How is that contradictory to
Mr.
anything I've
Upright.
ever said before?
Mr. Upright. But look, I've heard you say plenty of time it's the same thing, but I'm glad you changed that.
No, no, no.
And I
What did I
appreciate you
say?
that.
Hold on. What did I
I
say
appreciate you for
before?
that, Red.
What did I say before?
You were saying like basically it was the same thing, and like
No,
I used
I've
to
never
say,
said that.
yes, when you
I've
was on
never
them
said
African
that.
Red, when you was
What did
on
I
them
say was the same thing?
Red, when you was on them
What
African
did I say
panels,
was the hold on, shut the fuck up. What did I say was the
putting
same
on them
thing?
capes for them Africans.
What did I
Everybody,
say
I
was the
remember
same thing?
Red,
What did I say was the same thing?
but I'm proud of you.
What did I say was the same thing?
As long as you don't put black and African American in the same box as an African that flee her, I'm proud
What
of
are
you,
you
son.
talking about?
I'm
Shut the
proud.
fuck.
Can
Okay,
I
so let me tell you how to shut all the
I'm
way the
proud of
fuck
him
up.
too. Don't
Shut
put us
up.
together.
Shut up. You got information to go get, son. So to the previous guy, Mr. No upward trajectory, I guess. I've never said that what you ever said, whatever you tried to insinuate, I said. I've always said that Africans are black, Jamaicans are black, Haitians are black, African Americans are black. We're all black because blackness comes from Africa. So anything you're
yes.
trying to squeeze out of
Black
my
came from America.
hold on, stop that. You're supposed to be showing that black people was here. You got to prove black people was here. You have a whole nother objective. Matter of fact, let me know when you get the information that was required of you, and I'll bring you back. Let me know when you get. Message me in the comments. I got the information, sir. I got the information, sir, and then we can bring you back. So, Mr. Downward Trajectory.
Mr.
I
Upright.
still maintain that whatever I said before is still true. I've never claimed that Africans were
I'm just
physically.
glad you making the
Nigga,
separation between the
stop
two.
saying it. I've never claimed that Africans could be African Americans. So you can tell that lie on another panel. You can tell that lie on another panel.
Hello, host.
The host is on the phone call or
Okay,
handling
so
some business.
okay. Oh, damn. So Red, you just I thought you was the host, man. The way you was disrespecting me. Yeah,
Oh
never
no no
mind.
no no. That's he. The vibes is the host.
Okay, so can I just butt in this here if it's okay?
Say, can you? I can't hear you. Say again.
So can I jump on here if it's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so facts. Okay, I'm reading from Egyptology,
Who?
and also
Egyptology?
yeah, and also I'm coming from
Okay, so
encrypted by
and what are you
Usabat
reading?
teaching.
What do you have from Egypt? What is the subject of Egyptology have to do?
So okay, no, I'm asking the question on the panel here. Okay, so can I answer the question? Is it okay?
Oh, can a Black American be a Pan African? Oh
Can I
yeah.
just elaborate on
I'm a
that?
Black
Okay.
American and I'm a Pan African, of course. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So I'm coming from a teaching from the Usabat teaching, and I'm speaking on
The
historical,
who
right?
teaching?
So the Husabat
Who's the
teaching,
Husaba?
the European people in this world. So I'm coming
The
from that
who?
perspective. The
Who the Husabai?
Europeans. The, okay, can I just read? Can you just let me just
Well,
elaborate?
you
Then
you making statements. I'm just asking. You say
I'm
I'm coming
saying
from
I'm
the
coming.
Husabai people.
No, I'm coming from the Husabat teaching, which we are the Nobian. They are Nobian people, which ties in with the Moors and everything. I'm
What does
trying to
that have
break
to
down
do
here.
with us
We,
as West Africans?
okay. The question is this: can a Black American be a Pan African? Right? That's the
Yeah, it
question.
is. That's the question.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me answer the question. Can I?
Yeah. Answer the question.
Okay. So yes, they can. The reason why I say I feel like we're all, I mean, black people as a whole. For example, right? If you look at the terminology black, okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
let me look at this. For example, okay, they talk about how did they get to America? How did black get to America? Right. So if we establish that, right? So I'll start. Okay, the Nubians, okay, they walked or travel western. They came over to America. They call it in their Christianite
How?
language.
Wait. Stop.
Okay, yeah,
Where's the evidence of Nubians coming to America?
I have the evidence right here. You want me to put it on
What's
on
the
video?
evidence of Nubians?
Can I
Yeah.
put it on
What's the
video?
evidence of Nubians coming to America?
Can I put it on video?
Yeah. Put. Oh no, a video.
Yeah, I can show you on video
A
where I'm
video
coming
from
from.
what? YouTube?
No, I want no. I'm talking about no video like my video. I want to show you what I'm reading, so you can
Oh
know
yeah,
my
yeah. Turn on your
facts.
camera. Let's see the
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
What book?
I'm not a
What
game
book?
brother.
What author?
I'm
Who?
got you, brother. I got you. I'm just sitting here reading, doing my night studies. Okay. So this is what you're reading, and this is the text you're reading from. Okay.
Okay, so let's see the text. No,
I'm
no,
reading
no,
from
no. Turn
the
on your
book of the
camera.
dead. Yeah, my camera is on.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
You got to hit save, brother. You got to hit save.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay.
Okay,
So
oh,
I'm
wait.
reading.
Slow
Okay.
down.
Okay.
So El Kitab, Shil El
No.
Mawat.
Al Shal Muwat,
Yeah. And so that
the book of
sounds
the dead.
East African, right?
So this is I'm talking about the real history you need to know. That's what
The
I'm
real history
trying to
we
break
need to
down
know.
here.
Okay. What does that
Okay.
have to
So
do with West Africans?
okay, it have to do with the questions you're asking and how we all won. We have to break it down to you, brother. And this is the teaching I'm coming from. And all these texts that you see, just to
Can
give
we
you
see the
proof.
cover of
Okay,
that?
this is yes. So this is the cover.
Uh huh.
If you want to check it out, and I'm reading from historical
And they
texts.
teach this in what institution of learning?
This is, bro. I'm from Africa. I'm not
Okay,
from
yeah.
here.
And what
I'm just giving
institution in
you. I'm just
Africa they
giving
teaching
you.
this from?
This is not
Oh,
Christianity.
that
It's
looks
not
like
Muslim.
Moor.
This
That looks
is
like a Moorish.
yeah. What I'm saying, looks listen, listen. Okay, it breaks down everything from morals, from everything, ancients. So that's what I'm trying
Hey,
to
that writing kind
get
of
down
big
to.
too.
Oh yeah, I'm letting you see it.
Yeah,
Can you
it
read
looked
it?
like it
Can
was
you read that?
written for people
Yeah, can
that
you read
have
that?
readers.
No, knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Yes, the writing is so large.
Yeah,
So
and you can see the Arabic text.
where's
So
the evidence that the
I'm coming
Nubians came
from.
to Africa? I mean, came to America. Where's
Okay,
the
so let me go
evidence?
ahead and turn off my camera since you just covered that. You just turned it off, or are you still on?
Yeah, you're still on the big screen. You're still on the big screen.
I'm still on big screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let me go and shut this off, right? Because I just showed you where I'm coming from. So that way, as I'm reading, so you know where I'm coming from, basically. I'm not just sitting here just talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
that book don't mean nothing to me because I've never
I
seen it,
know it
never heard
doesn't.
of it. I don't
I know
know
you
who
never
it's
heard of it.
credited by, who's peer
This is
reviewed
a typical
by.
of the book. So you never
But
heard of it.
can we see where it says that Nubians can
So,
travel to America?
so first of all, let me read. Okay, so they walked and traveled western. They came over to
Wait.
America. They
Where does
call
it
it.
say
Listen,
this?
listen, listen
Your
to me. But
camera's off. Your
this is.
camera's off.
I'm not gonna put on my camera again.
Oh, if you're
So
not going to show it in the book, why would I keep you up here? That's what I put
I
you on the big
just
screen.
I just showed you to you what I'm reading. I'm reading
No,
from
yeah,
the
you showed
text.
me what you're reading, but you didn't show me this passage.
Okay, I'll show it to you again. But my camera
Okay,
will not
yeah,
be
I
on
want to see the
forever though,
passage
brother.
you're reading, and I want to follow along.
Okay. I mean security reason, you know what I mean? But let's keep it
You said security.
I say security reason, but let's keep it cool. So okay, can you actually
No, it
read
is
that?
cool.
Can
It
you
is cool.
can
We're
you
not
read
just
that?
not gonna take your word for it. We're not going off no trust me, bro.
Okay. Okay. So
Trust me, bro, it says this.
this is from basically if you look at the ancient text, right? I can't hold my phone and read it to you. I have to read to you. I'm reading what I'm reading,
Okay,
bro. If you can't believe what I'm reading, then apparently you have like really, I mean, at that point now, I don't know what to say. Like you see what I'm reading, brother. I'm not sitting here playing game with you. Like what the hell? Like
cool beans. Yeah, when you're able to hold your phone and your text at the same time and show us the author and we can verify it and follow along, maybe we can take what you have to serious. I still haven't seen the evidence of black people being in America prior to 1492. So Tim, you got your evidence?
I already looked it up. I'm driving,
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah, 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 yeah. You looked. I mean, where's the evidence? Because
All you
Google
gotta
is
do is
not.
Google it. It's gonna pop right up on
Oh, you're
ChatGPT.
getting loud. God, I don't know what we getting loud for. So I'm telling you, there is no evidence of black people being in America
I
prior to
just said you Google
1492.
it, it'll pop right up. Just
I'm
just
not.
say that.
And what?
Just
And
say it.
what pops right up?
Say, was there black people in America before the transatlantic slave trade? That's all you gotta say. You ain't even gotta type it in.
That's not. As you ask it, is black people indigenous to America?
I never said that.
So that is what you claimed.
I swear to God, I never said we was indigenous to America. I said there was black people here before the transatlantic slave trade. That's what I said. Them two completely different things. You act like
Oh my God.
we ain't
So
never
black
traveled.
people.
Look at
So
the
black
Sentinels,
people
the
are. So okay.
Aboriginals.
So black people are not on this hemisphere in any large quantity prior to 1492. There's no
You
human
said
remain.
we wasn't there at all. That's what you said.
So black people, and I'm going to say that again. Prior to 1492, black people are not here. And I'm going to say it again. Prior to 1492, in 1503, Europe does started transporting Africans this direction. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you mute me. So
Oh
then
no,
how
I
do they
did that.
got
I
black
did mean to
people?
do that.
So how do they got black people in Australia then? They're black
Okay,
people all over
so
the world. So
what do
but
you
they can't
mean?
make it to America. That makes no sense.
Okay, so why do we always go to Australia when we're talking about America?
I don't have to go to Australia. I can go to
Yeah, yeah.
India.
Okay, so if black people was in America, we don't need to go to Australia. You could prove that black people was here. Show so because we can prove the existence of the Aboriginal Australian. And Aboriginal Australians are not black. They're just dark. They're not black.
What race are they then?
They're dark.
No. What race are they?
They're hold on, they fall in, they're not black.
What race are they?
Do you think saying it louder is gonna help you? I'm gonna look it up.
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
asking you a question. You running from the.
I'm not running from the question. Hold on.
Oh, that's some spicy food. Yo, I'm back. Thank you, Red, so
So
much
what
for
race
holding
are
it
the
down.
Sentinels then?
The Sentinels. What do you keep
You ain't
saying the
never you
Sentinels?
ain't never heard of the Sentinels? They live in India.
Oh, the got you mother the SETI.
That ain't the Sentinel. They call the Sentinels.
They're not called the Sentinels. I didn't even know what the hell you were talking about.
They ain't called the Setis.
They're not called the Sentinels.
They got several black tribes in India besides
They
the
have
Sentinels.
several dark people in India. They're not
No,
black.
they're black,
Okay,
sir.
Can you
so
stop yelling, Tim,
stop
please?
yelling.
I'm just
But
relax.
they're black. You
They're
see, you
not
try to
black. They're
run.
dark.
What race are they? What
They're
race are
dark.
they?
They're called the
What's
Untouchables.
the race?
Asian.
They're not Asian.
Okay. Where is India located?
They're not Asian.
Where's India
Go, go,
located?
go, go, go look up their DNA. Go look up.
Where's India located, sir?
Is American a race, Tim?
India is located in Asia, Tim. So the people from Asia are Asian. Just like the people from Europe are European. Kimbo, leave it. Lay down.
All you gotta do is Google their DNA, and they're gonna break it down.
They're not black people, sir.
How do you know? What's their DNA? Go look up their DNA.
I already know they're Asians, though. So
Go look up their DNA.
so the reason I don't like going down this path because it's taking us too far from America. Where's the evidence? Because you keep trying to point at other places that have dark
The
people.
Aboriginals said it themselves that they're from Africa.
Archaically, yes, but current day, no.
No,
They
they're
don't
from
have
Africa. So if they say they're from Africa, right?
their archaic ancestors are from Africa. They currently today themselves are not.
Right, just like you FBAs claim not to be Africans, right? It's been so long. Actually, the Aboriginals, it was a lot longer. You guys claim the 500 years was enough to sever
But
the
you just
ties.
said they were
But it was
Asians. Which one is it?
This is painful for when people don't understand.
Tim, people
Hey, you know
migrated
the
out
way
of
they,
Africa.
hey, you know
But
what they
you
need to
said
do
you
with
said
their,
they're black. Then
you know what they need to do to TikTok? There should be like certain lives that at a certain level, you have to graduate from a certain level to get to the next level of TikTok. Because
no, sir, you running from the question.
I hate keeping to have to go back and teach the remedial class on science.
Not
So
one person in the
they got
world would consider a Sentinel an Asian.
they got lookup scholarship,
Not
Red.
one person
they're
in the world
not
would
called
consider them Asian.
sentinels.
They got black tribes in India, and nobody in the right mind would call them Asian under any circumstance.
Okay, so
And you know that's true.
do you know the people from India? And India's in Asia, correct?
Yes.
Are Indian people dark?
Yeah, you got dark Indian people.
But they're not black.
Of course they not black.
Right. That's the same premise. So they're
You
not
got dark
black.
white people. So what's your point?
Say again.
You got dark white people. What's your point?
That's what you're confusing darkness with blackness.
No, they got a hair texture similar to us.
Melanin
That
with
doesn't make them
blackness.
black. The Polynesians, the
And that don't make them
Melanesians,
Asian either. And that don't make them Asian either. So what's your
yeah,
point?
but they are Asian though.
They're not Asian. Look up their DNA.
What? Okay, so show me what their DNA says here.
No, you go look it up. I'm driving, nigga.
You keep making the claims. Why do I'm not looking up.
I'm
your
driving,
claims.
nigga. I told you what I'm doing.
So when you're not driving, come back then, nigga.
Nah,
Yeah, we
you
don't
can
want
look
you
it
to.
up.
We
You
don't
the
want you to
host,
crash.
right?
Up your dumb
See, you
ass
don't
We
want to
want
look
you
it
to
up
crash out.
because
So
you
we
gonna
about to
look. You
crash
gonna
out
look.
this
Why
on
do
this
these niggas
channel.
always yell? Like it makes their point
They're the loud
No,
stronger,
you don't want to
minority.
look it
They're
up
the
because
loud
you're gonna be
minority,
dumb.
man.
You gonna.
No, I'm not looking it up because I already know that you're wrong.
No, you don't. How you know? You didn't look it up.
Hey, to be driving, you sure can come off mute real quick. Nigga can hit that mute button real quick. I thought you was driving.
Hey, what are we arguing about?
They try. I prove that they got black people all over the world. Then he gonna say they Asian. The Sentinels Asian. The Aboriginals Asian. No, nobody in
Okay,
the
we
world would
need your
consider them
race.
Asian.
Okay, we need your racial ethnicity. Where you're
Nobody
from.
in the world would consider them Asian.
Oh
Like you
wow,
got them people that if you come to their island, they'll unalive you. Like, yeah, these Asian people, like they're
you're
not
right,
Asian.
you're
Why do you
right.
call them
Because
Asian?
there is countries where it's just all black people. You hear me or not?
No, you breaking up.
No. I'm just trying to figure out what the picture means.
Cade,
What is the
welcome to the panel.
what does the
Cade,
picture
welcome
mean?
to Cade,
Yes.
welcome to the panel. Can I get your race, your ethnicity, where you're from? Wait, yep. All right. Well, Tim, did you identify yourself?
What you mean?
Yeah. What are you? What's your
I'm
race,
Black
your
American.
ethnicity? So Black American is not recognized by the federal government or any kind of census records, right, Tim? So we only have Black and African American. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm Black American. I'm telling you what I am.
I got you. So you Black in America, right?
Yeah, you know what a Black American is? Don't play dumb.
I see what
I know,
FBAs
bro.
are
Bro's
trying to
trying to play
push.
like he don't
You
know what
know,
that
under
means. You know what
Black
that means, brother?
American. Yeah, I know what it means, guys, but you're not federally recognized by the white T oppressor.
It
As much as
don't
you want to
matter
push
if
it,
it's
as
federally
much as you want
recognized.
to
You know
push
what a
it,
black American is, right?
but
They
okay,
know
I
Michael
do.
Jackson's a black American around the world, right? Okay.
He never called himself a Black American, let alone an
Yes,
FBA.
he did. He said he's a
No, he
proud
did
black
not.
man.
Yeah, he
Swear to
was.
In
God, he got a video because
America,
they asked him why
you know
he
That
who
that
bleaching
else
his
has
boy, that
that?
boy
skin,
was
You know who else
black.
has
and
He
he
that?
was
said
black. He was black.
he's a proud black American.
That's fine. Yeah, that's why I said black as a
Hey, I have
race,
a question.
and
I have a
then
question for you.
hold on, Kate. Kate,
No,
you
no,
were
no,
teacupped
because you're
up.
talking to.
No.
I seen
You
your.
gotta wait your turn. You gotta wait your turn, Kate. Relax. Tim, all I'm saying is I recognize what you identify as, but you're not an FBA, are you?
Yes,
Because
I'm
all
an
black
FBA. Why
Americans,
I'm black American? A black
all black
American is
Americans are
FBA.
not FBAs. All black Americans are not FBAs,
Yes,
Tim.
they
I
are.
hope
If
you
they're
know.
not
No, they're
from an
not.
immigrant
I know that's how you
background,
guys
they
want to
are a
see it.
foundational black American. Stop telling me what I am. You're not one of me.
I
You're a
love how
tether.
you guys got to. I love how you guys got to
Shut
hurry up and
up. Okay.
delineate because
I
we got
had
to
to
get you away from.
I had
Go
to
ahead,
go do
man.
some reading right quick. Okay, so the Sentinelese from Sentinel Island are dark-skinned people, but they're not black or of African descent. They're not black people. They're Asian.
Just like
We're
you're
doing. I said,
American.
look at the DNA. The
Yeah,
DNA.
they're not black people.
The DNA.
And
You
what do you think
pretenders
their
don't believe
DNA
in
gonna say?
DNA.
It's gonna have a huge black. They got kinky hair, dark skin, and African features with lips
What
and
does your
broad
DNA
nose.
say, Tim? What does your DNA say, Tim?
Black American. That's what
Yo,
it
shut
says.
up,
No,
pussies.
Non-tether,
it don't
zero
say
percent
Black
Shut the
tether.
American.
fuck
Your
up.
It
DNA does
says
not say
zero
Black
percent
Americans.
tether.
I'm sorry. Your DNA does not say Black Americans. Stop it.
Kate's
You're
muted.
Stop
15,
it.
You
bro.
know,
There's no
you know, you
freaking
know,
why
you
you
know that
Hold on,
DNA
Vance. Hold
is
on.
made.
We got people waiting before you, Vance. Tim, go ahead and land your point before I let Cade.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go drop down. Y'all ain't talking about shit.
All
All
right,
right, have a
man.
nice
Get
day.
home safe. All right. Get home safe. Stop arguing with African Americans, and African people, and Black people from the diaspora.
Yeah, so the
Cade,
people
go
that he
ahead,
was
brother.
talking about are from the Sentinel Islands, and they're amongst the group of people that were called Negritos by the Europeans. And like I said, they have Asian DNA. They're Asian people, so people conflate darkness with blackness. So these are
Right.
not black people. And like I said, yeah. So
I'm
they're
gonna mute
not
you.
black
I'm gonna
people,
mute you up.
and they're not African descent either. They're Asian, closely related to some of the people from the Ottoman Islands, Oceania, Asia. They're not black people.
Yeah. Again, this is the whole conception of Black people are everywhere around the world. We were the Europeans. We were everywhere. So when you guys want to be just, you guys want to
Excuse me. Can I
call
say something?
African.
That guy just lied. I just
Tim,
looked
go
at the
ahead and drive. I
Sentinels.
thought you were driving, man. Stop
Vibes.
They're called the
interjecting,
Brother,
man.
Sentinelese.
brother,
They're not called the
Red,
Sentinel. That's why I didn't
brother.
know.
One at a time, brother.
One at
Red,
a
what's
time,
up?
brother.
Red, what's up?
That's why.
What's up,
That's why I didn't know
Moose?
who. Hey, what's up? What's up? Oh, what's up, Moose? That's why I didn't know who he was talking about because he keeps saying the Sentinels and they're the Sentinelese, and they're not black people, nor are they of African descent either.
They're from Africa. I just Google it. Stop
They're not
lying.
from
You
Africa.
damn tether. I just Google it. I ain't gotta lie. I swear to God on the Holy
They're
Hold on,
not.
Bible.
brother.
They're not
I
black.
don't want. I
Swear to
don't want
God
you
on
to
the
be.
Holy Bible that you.
He said tether with a
Lower down your
hard
voice.
R.
Lower down your
Yeah,
voice.
No,
wow,
bring
that's
bring him.
xenophobia
Okay,
on this man.
after
I'm
10
sorry.
minutes, I beg, bring it.
Get
Let's
home safe,
let's
man.
have some opposition. I want to see. I like when they oppose Red, and Red gets to bring out this knowledge because without opposition, Red will not bring out this knowledge. So just like without FBAs, I will not, bring out the knowledge. So let's let Red can handle this. I've seen him do it before, and that's
Oh
why I
my God,
actually came
brother.
here.
All right. Welcome back,
So
Moose.
there it is, right there. He keeps saying Googling it. I don't mind Googling it. So the Sentinelese
Oh
people
wow.
indigenous to North Sentinel Islands are classified as having dark skin and Negrito phenotype, often described as having a dark, shining black appearance, while they share dark skin pigmentation and some physical traits with African populations. They are not African, but rather descendants of one of the earlier isolated migrations out of Africa. Now, don't confuse an isolated earlier migration
If
from
they
being African thing,
migrated out of
because
Africa, that means they African, sir. What are you talking
um,
about?
Native Americans initially migrated out
They're
of Africa.
African. Nobody in the world thinks they're Asian. They can never pass as Asian under any circumstance with
So that
any
means
Sir,
group of people.
Europeans are Africans too. Then is that
you heard
what you're
this? What he
There
saying?
said?
are Africans,
So
and you just
Europeans
prove
are African.
no. He trying to prove that black people never went nowhere around the world to the transatlantic slave trade. That's what he's trying to say.
Okay, you know what? Let's say it this way, right? Black people never made it anywhere around the world. Maybe went to something else. They never made it because by the time they got there, they were something else. Do you understand now?
So the Sentinels just Asians. They just was born
No,
in India,
let me break it down
and the
to you.
Aborigines was just born in Australia.
Let me break it down to you. What is the last continent the Sentinels left before they like? Hold on 1 second. I beg.
Brother, they're black.
I
They're
beg,
black.
brother. Hold on 1 second. I beg.
No, brother, because you're pissing me off right now. They're black.
Wonderful. What are you upset for? Like, I'm not even spoken to you yet. I'm saying this right. Tim, what is the one continent, the last continent they left before they got into the Sentinel Islands? What's the last continent?
Africa.
Asia.
Africa.
No, it
Wonderful.
was Asia.
Wonderful. Do you guys even read though? Like,
So how are they Asian? They have no Asian features at all.
good. That's where I was going to. That's where. Thank you very much. Now that we know that the last continent they left before they got into the Sentinel Islands was Asia, are you familiar with natural selection? You familiar with what happens when you move for thousands of years through different land masses, right? Let me give you an
That's
example,
not
right?
natural
You're
selection.
not
That's called
making
an
any
ethnogenesis.
sense.
Let me give you an example, right? Let me see. If you trace the Native Americans, the Siberians that you call in America today, you will find patterns that would also drag you as far, like if you go deep enough, all the way back to Africa, right? But guess what? When they moved through this, like this migration from Africa through Asia all the way down to America, guess what happened? Natural selection kicked in. That is why they have the ABCC11 gene, and you don't because you came across the ocean. They left thousands of years ago. You left 500 years ago. You've not gone through that evolution or natural
Really quick,
selection yet.
Moose, but you call that natural selection, but that's not natural
Well,
selection. That's called an ethnogenesis.
No, okay.
I knew you were going
Let
to
me
say
tell
that,
you why
Xavier,
I
but
call it
hold on.
natural.
I have Kate that needs to
Hold
be
on.
introduced
Let
before
me
you have a
let me
say.
tell you why I call it natural selection. It's not ethnogenesis. Let me tell you why. Those people still carry feathers on their heads today, like African kings in Africa. But let me tell you something. It is because when they were going through Asia, the big noses they left with from Africa had to shrink down to accommodate the climate they were in. They had to develop fur on their skin. They had to literally develop the ABCC11 gene, which I just mentioned, the body odor gene. So let's face it, you ain't go through all that, did you?
And it's
Okay.
and it's definitely not an
Let,
ethnogenesis because neighboring ethnicities in Africa go through ethnogenesis. Genetically the same people, but due to separation, whether it be forced, chosen, or occurred naturally, they still have the same genetics, the same DNA, and nothing has changed. They just have different practices due to separation. Just like the African American or the Jamaican, we still are comparatively the same people that left out of Africa 400 to 500 years ago. But because of separation, we eat similar foods but not the same. We do similar dance styles but not the same. We have similar linguistic patterns but not the same. That's the ethnogenesis. But what we're talking about is evolution, natural selection,
Nigga, I
and
don't talk like no damn Jamaican. Shut up.
Yeah, Red's a lot
say
deeper.
what?
Yeah,
Nigga, I
that's a
don't
lot
talk
deeper
sound
than.
nothing like no
So
Jamaican.
that's
Get
what he
out of here.
said, Tim. He said you guys speak differently. You
I
guys
just
eat
said
different
that.
food.
You said
I
similar. I thought he
definitely. I
said
don't think
similar. I'm
he's
sorry.
listening though.
Yeah, but we
Well,
do
He's.
have
I,
similar.
I mean, it can be similar, because
Yeah,
we're
so
all
we do
Wakanda.
African.
have
That's our
similar
tradition.
Wakanda.
linguistic patterns to the Jamaican because we came from the same areas of Africa.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
right. And let me
I
tell
think
them
that's
this,
true.
right? No, let me tell them this. Jamaicans speak a language called Patois. Do you know about the Twa people from Congo,
Oh my
Nigeria?
gosh.
Do you know
Oh my gosh.
Nigga,
what
I
do you
don't
mean?
Yo,
Oh
sound
my
nothing like
God!
Let me
no
say this.
African or
Mims,
no
let me say this
Jamaican.
before
I'm
anybody
sorry
They
talks.
were
about that,
taken
Brad.
from
Stop trying to
No, no,
play
no,
Africa.
that,
They
no.
were
bro.
taken.
Hold on. I do
Okay.
want to give every Black American, every FBA a chance to speak, but I got Moose and Red. I got the combo, the best combo of the night as mods. Okay, they're gonna run the show. We got Cade that showed up, right? You guys, Moose and Red, you guys introduce these people as you guys finish whatever you guys got to say. Because I'm sure they're going to respond to everything. And then we got Xavier. And then Cha Cha. Cha Cha finally made it up on my panel.
What's
You know how
the
Cha Cha does.
I'm
You
only
guys
here to
vibes?
regulate on
back
Cha
up my
Cha wherever
brother
she needs to be
Red.
regulated.
I
All
think
right,
Red
I'm going to
can
leave it to you
debunk
guys.
all these
Peace.
What's
guys on
the
his own. I'm
vibes?
just here for
You
emotional
don't
support.
need the red training wheels up here. But I just want to say something about his own, his own prompt. They are
But
not African, but they are considered Negrito. What is Negrito?
The little blacks.
Okay, so that means that they are black, but
you got to
not
speak
That
Spanish,
means
Cha Cha.
they
I thought you spoke
niggas
Yeah,
Spanish, Cha Cha.
no, they niggas, but they not
and
African.
untouchables.
So
That means they niggas too.
hold
African
They would say
hold
black
hold on
people
one
doesn't
is the
second.
mean
F
One
black.
word.
second. They're
Get
called
your pan
the
African ass off here.
okay. Okay, I can talk with you, but you ain't gonna curse at me too many more times. So the thing is that they were called the blacks by Europeans. And why were they called the little blacks? Because the Europeans that called them the little blacks thought that they looked like Africans. So no, they're dark, but they're not black. They're darkly pigmented, but they are not black. Just like the indigenous Australian is darkly pigmented but not black.
But why are they called
They
the untouchables then?
just and
I've
hold
never
on,
heard them
sir.
called the untouchables.
That's not
They were called the
But
Tim,
again,
don't speak out of line.
on their
again, you know why we are
islands
on the
they
you
sniped
do
them.
Let
again,
me
you know
let me
why
tell
we're
you
on
why they
this
were
side of the
called the
world.
Untouchables. Red. I know why they were called the Untouchables.
Oh,
It
go
is
ahead, brother.
because see, the guys in the Sentinel Islands are so secluded or away from Western culture that every single whitey person that pulls up on that island, they unalive them. Let's face it,
Exactly.
missionaries have gone there and they've been unalive back to back. American
Exactly.
missionaries, Spanish missionaries, they keep taking them out because see, for instance, if you go down to the Amazon, you will find tribes that are also so, into their own tribal whatsoever, that they have no connection to the modern world. They don't do that. So when they say untouchables, the Sentinel Island, America literally made a law. You don't go to the Sentinel Islands because when you go there, you don't come back. Those people were considered savages. That's why they were called the untouchables. No one goes there and comes back alive. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, I didn't know why they called them untouchables.
So
But the thing is that they're not black people, nor are they African.
they're not African, but they definitely are black.
They're
And the
definitely not
same
black people. They're
the
only
same
called
way.
black people. They're only called the little Negroes because Europeans thought that they looked like Africans.
Okay, but then the definition of African to be sub-Saharan African was
African
given to you
fufu.
by a European too. So what you say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. They thought that they looked like
Okay.
Africans.
So when they came over here to the Western Hemisphere, they was calling us Negritos
No,
too.
no, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They did not. You will not find one text
Brad,
upon
you ain't got
arrival.
to turn
You
off
will
my
not
mic.
find. No, 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 no. That's not the United States for one. And Negro de Terra is what it's called, and that wasn't
So
calling
what's
the.
Negro?
Ma'am, don't ask a question and then go to talk. So that was not referring to the indigenous people as Negroes. That
So
was a
why
psych.
would
That
they
was
call
cycle,
it black
ma'am.
in it?
Hey, you can either wait till I explain it because you asked, or you can wait in the
You did
comments till
No,
I
Chacha,
explain
explain.
just
it
wait your turn.
until
This is not
until I
gonna. This
ask.
isn't. This isn't
Please
AA
put me on the
Tethers
big screen,
live right here
vibes.
where
While he
he lets
talks,
you
right?
go. They're
Vibes.
gonna mute you,
While
Chacha, or
Red
you're
is
gonna get
talking,
dropped.
put me on the big screen while Red is talking, please.
Yeah, he only get tough with women.
No, that has nothing. I talk the same. I like the way y'all try to pull that. When
Yeah.
you can't beat the
Don't
information,
run and tell that
you
about
try to
how much.
Already
claim
did.
that red
Hmm.
is
Vibes.
sexist
Do
or
you see
red
that?
He
is
already beat
I
him.
okay.
see that,
Let me
bro.
hold on. Let me help you out then, because I mean, as a man, I'm not going to be continuously disrespected by a woman, and then when I stand up for myself, I'm considered misogynistic. That's not going to happen over here,
Facts, facts.
because you're not going to just keep disrespecting me and then just call it misogyny when you can't get your way. The thing is that these people were only referred to as the little Negroes. They were never black. And you can look at that throughout anywhere. When you look at Melanesians meaning melanin, were called that because Europeans thought that they looked like Africans. This is all true, all of that, but their DNA indicates that they're something totally different and they're nothing like you. Oh, and I almost forgot the main point, the Negro de Terra, and I hate the fact that we got to keep telling the same people the same thing every day. Like we didn't tell them this yesterday, but I don't mind repeating it because I think that there's always new people listening. The Negro de Terra was a psychological a thing to introduce the indigenous people of the land as to slavery, letting them know you are no different than the African that we bring here. So they had the Negroes that were coming from Africa, and these people didn't look Negro, but they called them the Negroes of the land. So you understand that you are no better than the slaves that we are bringing from Africa. You too are a slave, and the reason we know this is because the same people that called them Negro de Terra, the Negroes of the land, later issued an edict stating, okay. Yeah, you got loud background noise. They later issued an edict saying, do not refer to these people as Negro because they're not Negroes.
Vibes,
Red,
Also,
you
Red.
remember
also,
Let me
hosting
just say this real
training
quick,
also, the
Red.
wheels?
Negro, the African was called Negro by the 1200s. Come to my surprise, to my
Excuse me,
knowledge.
can I get a chance to talk without
Do
being
you think, okay, yes,
interrupted?
Chacha, I brought you back. I have a question. Do you think negrito and negro
Thank
mean the
you.
same thing? Do you
Well,
think,
one, vibes, you don't need the training wheels. Two, what you said?
negro and negrito are the same people?
Well, negrito is the language, and negro or negrito
Look
still
at the
means
screen. I have it
black.
on the screen.
I know you have it on the screen, but it's still a part of a language. So when you say negro or negrito, it still means black.
No, it does not.
So
Look at the screen.
yes, it does. Negro
Wonderful.
still means black.
Negrito does not mean black.
Negrito means little black. Yes, it
Little
does.
black person, a
All
diminutive
right,
term.
so it still means black.
So why you think they add the little there? Because it is referring to indigenous group of Southeast Asia. Look right there. Groups of
Okay,
Southeast
but
Asia.
it still means black.
But it's referring to indigenous groups of Southeast Asia.
Okay, and they are black.
Nigga, it means black. God damn. Get your sultry
You guys are
African ass
just
up.
slow. You guys are just slow.
It still means
Okay, so
black.
if it
Hey,
means
yo,
black, right? If it
vibes, you
means
don't
black,
need
right?
the training wheels. And black doesn't mean African. Because in his
What?
What you talking about training wheels? Vibes, do you have some training wheels on, or is it because I'm up here with Red and they think you need backup? Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? You guys focus, I
I'm
beg.
sorry,
Focus.
black don't mean. This is what it currently says in Webster's dictionary, of or related to any of the various population groups of especially African ancestry, often considered as having dark pigmentation of the skin, but in fact having a wide range of skin colors. Black means African. Now, I know you might want to look at the adjective describing the crayon color, but we're talking about black people. You want to look for the capital B. not the lowercase b, but the capital B.
And yeah, like I was saying, right? Apparently, I did not know that Africans were being called Negroes as of 1200
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
Spaniards.
that's right.
That's crazy.
Well, that's why I keep trying to explain it to people, because Africans are the first people referred to as Negroes.
At all.
And then when Europeans, whether it be the Spanish, or the Portuguese, or others, as they travel and go to other places, they start referring to other races
Melanated
of people
people
and
as
describing
Negro.
them based off of what they knew of. And this even
African.
goes back. You remember how we talk about the allegory paintings? I'll come back to the
Yes.
allegory
How
paintings
the
in a
man,
minute.
how a nigga who ain't never seen the indigenous
Right.
American.
So when they
Right.
see indigenous people, they base what they knew of African. When they get to the islands, the Asian islands, oh, the little blacks, because they look like
Yep.
little Africans to them. When they
That's
get
what
to
they are.
Melanesia, oh, let's call them melanin, because they look kind of melanated like the
The
blacks of
African.
Africa.
And red.
When these Europeans go to Australia, they refer to the two terms come about there: black fellow and aboriginal. They refer to the indigenous people of Australia as the black fellows, because they reminded them and looked
Of
like the
Africa.
people of Africa. So all of this takes place
That
after.
should teach you that black doesn't mean African.
And red. No, but red, that's low key the thing though.
That
That's
absolutely
kind of what it
does.
means, because
No,
literally
it
all
doesn't.
they're saying is that you literally remind me every time I see you, you remind me of an African.
So that
That's
means
how.
Come here.
Africans are not the
Cha-cha,
only
cha-cha.
black
No, hold
people
on,
in the
cha-cha. You're not
world.
understanding. When
No, I
hold on, cha-cha. Let me
understand.
finish.
You
Let me
Chacha,
not
let
finish.
getting it like
Let
let
me
him
me.
finish.
finish.
Then we'll
Cha-cha.
let you go, Chacha,
To
please. Let him.
Liberia.
You know what?
Cha-cha.
Let
You
me
not getting
let
it.
me put a timer on you,
Again.
brother. If you don't mind. If you don't mind, I
Thank you, because
apologize.
they could run their mouths.
It's okay, brother. Go ahead.
Appreciate it. But yeah, like I was saying, right? Negro, the African, as come to my knowledge, I was shocked. I was only thinking Negro only goes for the word, the relationship between Negro and Africans only went back to the 1440s. Come to find out, Spaniards are talking about Africans as Negroes as of the 1200s. Literally speaking, anytime you see that word Negro, this is what they're only talking about Africans / if they're bringing you up and calling you quote unquote Negro, that means you really remind them of an African. Which is why, if I was an indigenous person, my best bet would to go away from that. I am not a Negro. I am not black. I am indigenous to America. That is for those Africans. That's just what I would say if I was indigenous to America. That's what makes the most sense. Matter of fact, the U.S. Census backs it.
But oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot Cha-Cha was gonna go next.
You know, just makes sense
Thank
to me.
you. Can I get my timer, please? So it
Yes,
can
let
be fair?
our brother Red finish that remaining second. Red, you want to say something real quick?
Oh no, I was about to
Red
say
bean
that
talking.
that you notice how every time we're talking about black people being indigenous to America, we always end up in Asia, because they have to find dark people somewhere else to justify dark people being here. If dark people were here, you would be using here as the example. But the fact that you have to go to Melanesia, Polynesia, Australia, the Philippines, the Ottoman Islands, or as of today, the Sentinel Islands, proves that black people weren't in America, because you have to go everywhere else to get an example of black people being somewhere, or dark people being somewhere, to try to prove that black people was American, instead of just proving black people was in America.
All right, is it my go now?
Yes, Queen. Go ahead. I'll start your own
And
time.
you
Go
can
ahead.
put me on the timer, please, because they like to
Okay,
interrupt and be
I got you.
rude.
Don't worry, I
Thank you,
got you.
sir. All right, so that goes to show you that the only reason why we make a comparison around the world, because that's the pattern of the world. You have black people everywhere. Blackness does not mean just African. It means everything around this whole world, whether it be Asia, Australia, the Western Hemisphere, the Caribbean, North America, South America, wherever you step foot in this planet, there was a black person occupying that space. And it doesn't mean that they came from Africa. And when you say things like, well, that's what when we talk about Negrito, that was the white man. Well, Webster and Oxford were German white men who defined that. But when you look at the current modern black American, we got our black pride from an indigenous person who made it beautiful to be black. And it had nothing to do with being African. No offense to Africa. Shout out to Africa and all that good stuff, right? I'm not trying to hate on y'all or be xenophobic or anything like that. I'm just noticing the pattern of the world, noticing the pattern in culture of the world, and that's what that is. Africa doesn't mean black, but indigenous Americans, they were black before the Siberians were here. And I land with a few seconds to go. Ayo Moose, thank you for the hospitality, your vibes. Take off the fucking training wheels, all right? You don't need a dictatorship. You can have equality and conversation without disrespect. And I land.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
So the
I
thing
appreciate
is
you.
that like the reason that doesn't work, and I knew she was gonna do that, but I'm glad she did. Is that ignorance and education should not
Wait, she
hold
left?
equal.
She left?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, she wanted her to say and then roll out. But
Oh,
education and ignorance should not hold an equal platform. If you're going to say that black people are indigenous, no, you should not get equal speaking time or equal promotion as true education. If you don't have evidence of what you claim, why would we honor that? You guys sit and host panels where none of you guys ever prove anything. You guys just yes man each other. A word dropping gems, son, dropping gems. But nobody actually ever proves anything.
can
Like
I
I said,
speak on
this is
that?
why we always end up in Asia or Australia, because these mythological, magically delicious indigenous nigga don't exist.
Can I speak on that real quick?
Yes, you can, brother. Go ahead. Tell us where you're from and we'll start your own timer so no one interrupts you, okay?
Yeah, no problem. So I'm from Oklahoma. I live like my state has the most Afro-Indigenous people in the world. Well, not in the world, in the U.S. But I definitely don't agree that indigenous people are African. I believe there are some populations within, especially the indigenous people within the U.S. that had really dark skin. For example, if you go to like the Southwest part of the U.S., the Muskogean people, the Choctaw, the Seminole, the Creeks, the some of the Cherokees, they had dark skin because they lived close to like Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, where it gets really hot. But we are not. They are not people of African descent, at least for the past 100,000 years or so. In fact, those people who where we have the most Afro-Indigenous people in the world, they were actually enslaved to Native Americans. You could look up, anyone could look up the 5 civilized tribes who enslaved African Americans. Now the confusion comes because those tribes, after slavery ended, adopted those freedmen into those tribes. That's why they are called Indian freedmen, Cherokee freedmen, Seminole freedmen, Creek freedmen, Choctaw freedmen, and Chickasaw freedmen. But they are not, the actual indigenous people. Some of them did, mix in with the tribes, and they were given citizenship amongst the tribe, but that doesn't make them the original people of this land. And I'll end with that.
A question, because I don't want anybody to misconstrue what you said, because they'll try to use it to their advantage. Are you saying that prior to the introduction of African slaves to the continental U.S. or the Western Hemisphere, were there people here that could be mistaken for Africans?
I will say, if you go to places like, for example, we have the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, right? Here where I live at. A lot of those people are a lot lighter than where we came from, like the Mississippi Choctaw Band. They were a lot darker over
So
there,
yeah.
but
So
they're
just to
not.
clear, I just want to clear this up, right?
Yeah,
Because I know what dark, and I'm not talking about the Afro-Indigenous.
yeah,
I'm talking about straight up and down natives. I
yeah.
know what dark natives look like. I know what light natives look like. I know what natives look like that have more European ancestry than the rest look like. With a dark native with no Afro-Indigenous, would a dark native ever be confused for an African?
I would say no. I would say that their skin, some of them, their skin might, but the hair texture,
Absolutely.
the
So
noses,
absolutely not.
yeah,
An indigenous African is not going to be mistaken for an indigenous American, regardless of how much darkness they have.
no,
You're not going to confuse them.
no.
Okay,
Hey,
that's just what I just want to make
not
sure that
that's
because
not true, sir.
these
Sir,
pretendians will show.
sir,
Hold on, hold
Yeah,
on,
and
sir.
bro.
just
Let him
so like I
finish.
can
Hold
clarify
on, hold
this,
tight,
can I
hold on
clarify real
tight.
quick?
80, hold on for a second.
My
80.
I'm a
We'll
I'm a
come to you.
descendant. I myself am a descendant of Indian freedmen.
Yeah. I
My
heard you say you were Afro-Indigenous.
Yeah, so my family actually we still live in Tatum, Oklahoma, which is a historic all black town. We have the most historic black towns in the nation in Oklahoma. And the actual Afro-Indigenous people who live here, we know our history and we know that we are of African descent. It's no
Yeah. I
question.
just want to make sure
Yeah,
we're clear on what we mean because the pretendians will surely take what you say and try to use it to the benefit. So I
yeah.
try to head them off at the pass
Yeah, they still
and
are
let it be
pictures. They
known.
still
Hold on, Xavier. Hold on.
Mhm.
So and let it be known that no, there was no confusion between a dark-skinned native and an African. There's no mixing of the two. You're not going to be confused by that.
That's not true. There's a guy by the name of Juan Garrido
Hold
who
on,
was
hold
the
on, hold
first.
on.
He was the first
Tell us,
conquistador.
tell us where you're from, your age,
I'm from
and go
Brooklyn
ahead.
Park, Minnesota. I'm 38.
Are you
Like
black
I was
Indian?
saying,
Are you FBA?
no, I'm black.
Oh,
I'm
you're
black.
okay. Okay, go ahead. I'll start your own
Yeah,
time.
I personally don't give a shit about none of these classifications that y'all want to put on people. But what you're saying
I
is
appreciate that.
what you're saying is historically inaccurate. Is an
Go ahead.
African man by the
Correct
name of
us.
Juan Garrido, who is a Spanish conquistador from the Congo, who actually brought Spain's first Africans to America. And when he brought them from Africa to America, he put them on the same plantation as the natives that he enslaved because they looked alike.
That never happened.
Yes, it did. His
Okay,
Was
name
that
so
is
in the
put it
Juan
on the screen because
1500s?
I already know.
Yes, it did.
Was
Okay,
that
yeah,
His
yeah.
name
what
is
year?
Juan Garrido. You
Yeah,
can't
put
just
that on the screen. Put that on the
Wait,
screen because that
what
never
year is
happened.
it?
Juan Garrido is
15
documented.
1530.
1530 or 1503?
I think he said 1503, but Juan Garrido is documented as the first African American. And
Spain had a lot of African conquistadors.
yeah, I
A
didn't,
lot.
yeah. So they never brought
You're
Africans
stupid.
here and enslaved them
You're
along.
stupid. He brought them from the
But let's
Congo.
not call people stupid
Yeah,
now,
yeah, I got you, I
especially
got you.
people with mod powers. Let's not do that.
Yeah. So they didn't bring Africans here and claim that they look like the indigenous people of America. So if they did, can you show
Juan
it?
Garrido documented that they looked like
Okay, so
Africans.
let's see it. Let's see it.
Juan Garrido. All you got to do is look up the man.
Okay, so when you get it, come back. When you get the information, come back and show us. Because I'm not going to argue with you because I know he didn't say it. You claim that he said it. You show us that he said it.
Yeah, brother, just go and screenshot it. Then you come back. We'll put you on the big screen, right? We have somebody, the Nagua. The Nagua, are you there? The Nagua. Okay. Official big loan. Is it my connection or are they all on Teacup?
I can hear you.
Have they gone to research or so? Okay. We have Indigi. Goddamn, how you mix the N word with indigenous? It's painful. Okay, you said you
Is,
have
is that
proof.
you, Diamond?
Because I am the indigenous nigga. I am an amalgamation of almost every type of nigga.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
Afro
am
indigenous. It's
the
okay.
no, I am the nigga.
Yeah, you're Afro indigenous.
No, I'm Afro. I'm Afro.
Okay, so you're African. Okay, go ahead. You say you
Yes.
have proof, right? Let me put you on the screen so you show
That's
us.
Diamond. Don't pay her.
Oh,
That's
it's
Diamond.
Diamond?
Yeah.
God damn, Diamond. Why you playing with us like that, Diamond? Go ahead, show us you want. What you
I
want?
have proof. I just think that it is very rare.
What happened, Diamond? Okay, I think she went on Teacup. The Nagua, you have proof, I think. Let's put you on the screen so you can explain it. Go ahead, the Nagua, or mute your mic and.
Sure. Let me cut the so you can see a little better there.
I'm sorry, Diamond. I took you off the screen because
Yes.
it's
This
okay. Let me
yeah.
put you back then.
See, because this is
Is that a
my
dinosaur?
grandfather. That is a niggasaurus.
A nigga, so
I've seen those before.
Yeah. Because this is the original
you
nigga.
guys play too much. I swear to God.
Man, it's the middle of the night. Y'all are fighting with these dudes, man.
you guys play too much.
I've had some barbecue of that type of saurus.
I heard they have 500 something teeth. This is the same, like, no, there's actually a dinosaur called Nigosaurus, though, like, real shit. Real shit. There's a dinosaur that was termed Nigosaurus, but the fact
Is
that you
that
put
hard ER or is it just a?
brother, it must be hard ER now. Is it not the YG man that named it? But I've never seen a nigga riding a Nigosaurus, though. Like, real shit. You guys play too much, bro. Like,
oh man, that was good. It was good in African accent too. That was beautiful.
okay, go ahead and explain what you were trying to.
I have a bunch of literature here, so I mean you can see pretty much pre-Columbian Muslims in America. I'll show you a couple snapshots here, but you can just get a little quick.
No, I want you to break it down for us. No, don't just show us pictures and leave. Break it down for us. Try to go.
But there's you can just. I mean, it's not, I can't pronounce a lot of it actually. So,
but try to explain to us what it means because obviously you have read it, right? So try to explain to us what it's saying.
Well, yeah, it's just a timeline of some Muslims pre-Columbian, like the title said.
Say what? What are we looking at?
Pre-Columbian Muslims. So I have a bunch of literature actually. I think the earliest
pre-Columbian Muslims where?
On the screen there.
Wait, but where are these pre-Columbian Muslims at?
Well, I mean, you could read the literature.
He said it like 5 times. I was waiting for Red to say something.
I'm still trying to figure out, but where?
In America.
Where does it say that?
Hold on.
A Muslim. Yeah. Where does it say that?
There you go.
Pre-Columbian Muslims in America by Dr. Youssef, Preparatory Committee for International Festivals to celebrate the millennium of the Muslims' arrival to the Americas, 1996. What the hell is that?
It's a
Um,
list. It's a list of historic literature. So as I was,
beautifulmuslim.net.
well,
That's not a
Hold on, what is
reliable.
that?
so there's a list of
Beautifulislam.net.
historic literature right there.
Historical literature. This is beautifulislam.net.
Yeah, I mean, what would you like me to?
Why is this credible?
What, what are you familiar with the Columbus journeys?
Journal or journey?
Journals?
Yeah.
Can you provide a primary for me?
Yeah, where he describes the indigenous people of America.
No, I want to see a primary of Columbus's journals. Not
Why
Bartolomé de
would I
las
be doing
Casas.
that?
Not Bartolomé de las Casas renditions. I want
You
a
know what I'm saying?
primary.
Why would I be doing that? I didn't bring up Columbus journals. You did.
Well, we were talking about pre-Columbus. You even said pre-Columbus. That's what most people use as the marker.
Yeah. I actually that is a date. But why would I go get Columbus journal? Because I didn't bring up Columbus.
Well, it was still pre-Columbus is my point.
Yeah. But where does this prove it? Because I'm looking at something called beautifulislam.net.
Oh, well, hold on. I'll get you one better.
Yeah, beautiful Islam is wild work, bro. Beautiful Islam is
Beautifulislam.net. Like
wild work.
what?
Can I say something about this really quick? Because a lot of religions have done this in the past. There's a man that y'all can search up. His name is James Adair, Adair, and he came to the Chickasaw Nation back in the 1700s. And he was a white Christian, and he claimed that the Native Americans were one of the lost tribes of Israel. But the
Oh yeah,
reason
I've
why
heard
he
that many
claimed that
times.
the reason why he claimed that is because he wanted them to convert to Christianity. A lot of religions do this, but there's literally nothing historical that he can show that Islam um, or Jewish or Christianity was here pre-Columbus.
Well, I just told you we're still pre-Columbus. There's no primaries to substantiate Columbus's journals, nor are there any primaries to substantiate the letters of the Creedus
Yeah,
Abrela.
but why are you bringing none? I didn't bring up Christopher Columbus's
No,
journals.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the gentleman that was
But
just
nobody
speaking.
up here did either.
No, the gentleman was just speaking. That's who I was addressing.
Yeah, but you keep saying who you're addressing. I keep asking you, why do you keep bringing up Columbus's journals?
I didn't that time. It was the gentleman on the panel who did.
I
Oh,
didn't bring
okay.
it up.
Yeah, so there's no evidence of black people being here prior to 1492.
Why would you use 1492 though?
I use 1492 because in 1503 is when they first started bringing Africans here. Now, some people claim that these so-called indigenous people could be confused for Africans. So I want to go to a point in history where there are no Africans.
So
So
1492 is your marker of Christopher Columbus's journals.
no,
You
it's
know
not
what?
his journals. I'm not
1491.
using his journals at
You
all.
know
I'm just
what?
saying
Why did you
1491.
use 1492 then?
You know what? Let's use
because
1491.
I just told you because 1503 they started bringing Africans here. So let's say 1500. Let's not go
But you said
1492.
1492.
I said 1500.
But you
Let's
said
go
1492.
1500. Say again.
But you said 1492.
Yeah,
Besides,
I did say
I have
1500.
I have
And
957.
okay.
I
So
have
look here,
950.
dude.
I
I
have
keep telling.
950.
Hold on. Where are you at? Oh, you're on the big screen. You keep asking me why I'm using that year. It has nothing to do with Columbus. It's just because that's prior to them bringing Africans. Listen to me clearly again. I'm going to say that's prior to them bringing Africans to the Western Hemisphere. So I don't want to get Africans confused with the supposed indigenous blacks. So I'm going to a point in history where there are no Africans. So where's the evidence of black people being here prior to them bringing Africans?
Fight back, bro. Fight back. Fight back.
DNA evidence
The
goes back to
the
What
Nagua.
do you?
Fight back.
What about the
Fight back.
literature on my screen right now?
Yeah, once again, Islam, I love Islam.net is not gonna cut it, brother. I don't
This
even
is
know.
not Islam.net. This is
Okay, let me
registered literature.
debunk what you have on the screen
No,
right now.
this is coming from a website. I love Islam. Whatever. What is the website called?
No,
please?
I changed the literature out. You're not paying attention.
And what you mean? I'm not paying attention.
So
If you're
you
gonna
edit
change it, you tell
the
us you change
literature.
it.
You
I
just
changed
edit.
it already. That's what I'm saying.
You
Where
edit
is
the
this
name.
coming from?
It should be speak for itself. It's right there on the screen.
Where is it coming from?
It's right there on the screen.
Oh, he's
What is
asking
right?
MuslimsInAmerica.com.
Oh, that's the name of the website.
No, this is from my journals.
Hold on, let me get rid of the comments so I can see this.
Oh, I can shrink it up for
Clear
you.
display. I got
Hold
it.
up, I'll shrink it up for you.
No. I got. Wait. Yeah, it's coming from my journals. Just because you try black what? Black Sashaba Haba, blogspot.com, pre-Columb. What? What is
Okay,
this
so
shit?
That's below
it's
the
okay,
actual
right? Okay, hold on
link.
for a
That was just
second.
from another link.
Let me just read this right here, real quick.
Sure.
One sentence. It says, a Muslim historian and geographer, blah blah blah, dates blah, called Abul Hassan Ali, blah blah blah, that during the rule of no, let's face it, I'm not gonna go through
I
all
know.
that.
I could. I could do
I'm
that for
not
you,
gonna
bro.
go through all that. He said that during the rule of Muslim Caliph of Spain, Abdullah ibn Muhammad, right, in 888 CE, a Muslim navigator, Kash IBN, said, right, sailed from Delba across the Atlantic and reached the unknown territory. Okay, good. So I want you to do me a favor, do us a favor, right? Just Google this. The Muslim that was called Kash IBN Said IBN Aswad. Google this and find out his direct trip that he took and put it on the screen. Not what somebody said he did. Just look up the Muslim, this, that, sail from Africa to whatsoever before. Yes, just do that.
And you see how it said he sailed like it was an unknown destination, and then somebody just put America in parentheses.
That is right. That is why when they say somebody came before Christopher, they always say the person thought they were going to India. They always get lost, bro. These people always get lost. Okay, while he's doing that, we have a new person, King. King, are you there? Oh, he's back. That's the same shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, King. You can say something before he comes back. I will start your own time. Tell us where you're from and go ahead.
I think I was here before. So like we all get into these semantics about, who this is and who that is and where we come from, but like we all come from the same place, right? The Sumerians, the Egyptians, the Moses, Abraham. Okay, we're the chosen people, and we're here in this land, being,
You say we are the chosen people. Who's the we?
we that come from the original land.
Africans are the chosen
God's
people.
Yeah, we're God's chosen people.
So did Africans arrive in America before the Europeans?
Yeah, absolutely. There was
Okay, we have a 2-for-1
there was
special.
a government here before the United
Spain,
States. There were seven presidents before George Washington.
Yeah, and those 7 presidents, they were mixed, were they not?
Yeah, that's not
Exactly. So what were they mixed
That's
with if
not
they were here
important.
before the
See,
white man?
that's the technology.
They were mixed with
They
technology.
want you to keep you separate in your mind. They give you these.
So they were
separate
mixed with
names.
technology.
These people are separate than these people, and those people are who they
What
say
is
they are.
tricknology?
That's who you really are.
What is
Is that-
tricknology?
you said they
I
are
hear
mixed
that as a common
Technology
response.
is rewritten history.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear
And
that as a
proof
common
of that
response.
is what is rewritten right in front of your eyes.
That's a common response when people don't have an educated answer. Tricknology. I really want to know what tricknology
It's a racist concept.
Okay,
Tricknology
so
is a racist concept.
Do
Yes,
you
it
have any
controls us.
proof of these
So,
Africans in
all right,
America before?
all right. So the world powers, the ones that's creating war, okay, there's less than 1 billion of them. Okay, there's the rest of us is 8 billion. Okay, 2 billion are Muslims. Okay, so how do they control everything?
Muslims don't control everything. I don't know why you guys are
No, I
making
didn't
this
say
religious.
Muslims. How do the less than 1 billion control everything?
Oh,
Wait,
Because
because
wait.
because they have the
Who controls
military might
everything?
to do so. You see, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You see, for some reason, military weapons like the nuclear boom boom is made from earth minerals, right? And Africans were mining long before the Europeans. That is a fact. But guess what? While the
And who
Europeans
colonized
hold
them?
on for a second, hold on. While the Europeans destabilized our
Who
communities,
separated them?
oh God. You know what? You go when you're done, I'll
Defeated the
go.
Moors from the inside.
Brother, when you say Moors,
Who
you
broke
are
up
just
the
losing me.
USSR
The
from the
moment you
inside?
mention Moors, you're losing me, bro. You're losing me, bro. The Moors did not even claim you. You know what the Moors did to black Africans? You know what the Moors
The
did to black
Moors were
Africans?
black Africans.
Of course they were. Of course they were.
the black Africans were forced to be Moors. They
It's
were
painful, yeah.
they the Arabs
That's not true.
they
That's not
enslaved
true.
them,
They
and
they
then black people started doing what the Arabs were doing. That's why Mansa
they
Musa
came
owned
they
slaves
came
himself.
they came from they came from the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad.
You know, I
Yeah,
had
Prophet
heard somebody
Muhammad was
mention the
sorry,
term
go ahead.
black being mentioned in the 1200s before.
Black is a racist concept that was
Yeah, I know.
created in the 15,
That is
1600s.
so
I
that
think they
is so wrong.
I think they mentioned negro being
Can you
mentioned
show
as
me? Can you show me which tribes were black or
Africa,
African?
Okay,
in
let me ask you this.
America,
Let me ask you this. The name Africa, what tribe did they take that from?
Africa is not even. Africa was given to us by the Europeans. It's
So that means
Africa
you're not familiar with the Afri people.
born.
yeah. There's Afrique and then there's
African was the
African
original name
Proconsulares.
of
So
Africa.
you're saying you're not familiar with the Afri tribe of Africa. You're not familiar with that. That
I'm
is the
familiar with it.
thing. That's why I say when you mention Moors, you lost me. Because Africa is a term they coined from the Afri people of Africa.
This dude
That
got a
is all they
nerve to
do.
have celebrating Black history always and
First of
has
all,
no idea about
Africa.
Black history.
No, there was a guy named Africanus that was
African
one of the first
Proconsulares.
That's what I'm
colonizers of
saying.
Africa,
See,
and
that's
he
what I'm
named
saying.
it
See,
Africa.
before he was named that, right? He got that. Remember, Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu. That is not his name. He changed that. For some reason, he did that to fit the purpose of his mission. That is why when they came, they had to
Right, he's from
rebrand us.
Poland.
Yes, but right now he changed his name because he wants to rule Israel. Correct?
That's a fact.
You understand? So they keep changing names. Like, see, they are not renaming us. They are calling us what we call ourselves, but they find a way to fit themselves into it. That is all they are doing. For instance, look at the Niger, or what you call Nigeria. Some guys will say it was named by a British white woman and all that. They'll forget about the Tuareg people, where the term Nigeria actually comes from. They forget about that.
Where does most of the uranium come from in the world?
Hey, King, let me ask you this.
That's not even what I was.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Nigeria.
Where did that come from?
So the guy that you know is Africanus, what was his birth name?
I don't have my notes or my books.
What was his birth? So you don't know his birth name? I'll tell you. It's Cornelius Publius Scipio. That's
Thank
his
you.
birth name. His name was not Africanus. Do you know how he got the name Africanus? Well, actually, do you know what battle he is famous for? Who did he defeat? And what was the name of the battle?
Battle of Carthage, right?
It was the Battle of Carthage. Who did he defeat?
Painful.
The
King.
Carthaginians.
But famously, who did he beat at this battle?
I'm not sure.
Hannibal. This is where
Right. You're right.
Cornelius Publius
Yeah.
Scipius faced
That's
off against
that is
Hannibal at the Battle of Carthage. After winning this battle, Romans also have a Roman general named Germanus. And the Germans are not named for him either, but he for the Germans because he defeated the Germans at a battle. And then they gave him the name Germanus. This was a common Roman practice. So we need to stop spreading the falsehood that, hey, we can hear you peeing. We can hear you peeing.
Whoa there. Whoa.
We can hear you peeing.
I thought we was listening to Jen and Jude.
That's
Pause.
wild.
Everyone say pause.
Yeah. Pause it up there, dog. So
Yeah, you
yeah.
might be right, but that still
Oh no,
doesn't.
I'm not. I might not. I might. I
I
know
mean,
I'm
you
right.
might be. I gotta research it,
No,
but
I am right. There's no
that's a
might. There's no
No,
might.
Red's right. Red's right.
There's no might about it. I am right. He was born Cornelius Publius Scipius. That was Africanus was not his birth name. He was given that name because of a battle that he won. So Africa is not named for him, but
right.
he
But
is named
Africa's
for
not just
Africa.
Africa's not just one location on that continent.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
but
Moors we were
let's
talking
say that
about.
point is true. The thing is that you concede and admit that you were wrong that Africa was named for him.
Well, that's
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. It takes a
Brother,
man to
take
admit
the
that he's
L
wrong,
and take the
and you're
next
wrong.
W. Take the
okay.
L and
You're just
focus on
simply
the
So
next
wrong.
you're
W.
saying
Hey,
that
Red.
Hannibal like gave him that name because Hannibal named
Hannibal
No,
did
no,
him
no.
not give
Hannibal
him the
was not given that
name.
name. Cornelius Publius Scipius was given that name.
right from Hannibal.
No,
No.
not from Hannibal because he defeated Hannibal in a territory
So
in Africa.
so who gave him that name?
The Romans would that was a common Roman practice.
The Romans.
The Romans gave him that name.
So the Romans. So the Roman. So who? So I'm saying they were both Europeans. So
Who was both European?
how did that translate to Africa?
What?
You saying the
Cornelius
Romans
Publius
gave him the name
Cornelius Publius
Africanus?
Scipius, I'm sorry, won a battle on African soil, defeating the African general Hannibal or the North African general Hannibal, and was given the name Africanus.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand how the natives of Africa gave themselves that name because a Roman
Okay,
gave that
let
to
me break it down to you.
another
Let me break it
European
down
that
to you. You
defeated
see,
Hannibal.
before this guy started fighting, right? The Afri people were already there. Let me
So
ask you
where
this.
did
Hold on for a
I'm just
second.
curious, where did Alki Born came from?
You know exactly
Come
where it
from?
came from. Even when you say it, Alke Bulan, don't you know that sounds a little bit Arabic? Don't you know that?
Born, what? Okay, so right, but that continent was separated.
That is because before these guys he's talking about came, the Arabs also came and did their own slavery and slave trade. You know that, right?
Okay, where did they come from?
Where the Arabs come from?
Yes,
Arabia now, but they are called Arabs.
So they just appeared there, like.
I just told you where they came from.
What you mean? Hold on.
Migrated
You just
from-
asked where did they come from?
They weren't
Right.
migrated.
Arabs came from the Arabian
Southwest
Peninsula. Hold
Africa.
on. Arabs come from the Arabian Peninsula, and then you turned around and said, "Did they just appear there?" We just told you where they came from.
I
They
don't
came
know
from
if
the
it's
Arabian
listening.
Peninsula.
I don't know if you see what people don't get is this, right? The Arabs had their own slave trade before the Europeans had theirs. They are working in cahoots. Before the Europeans came, the Arabs had come. That is why right now you still find in some places in Africa the Arabs never left. They are still there. There are places right now in North Africa where you can buy a human being, a woman, for $6,000. I checked. It's $6,000, bro. It's painful.
Okay, so where did the Arabs come from? If the Moors occupied,
What are you as? I don't understand, bro. You good? Like,
Who, me?
right? No, the person that was asking me where did they come from.
Oh, I think he's gone.
Oh no,
He left.
I can't handle. This is the fourth time he's asked us where did the Arabs come from.
Yeah, bro.
This is like the fourth time. I can't take it no more.
He was getting a little redundant.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Well, so where did the Arabs come from? Well, wait a minute. If the Romans named him Africa for Hannibal, man, you are confused. I can't help you.
Bro
I would be
said,
confused from
see, the
him.
moment he mentioned Moors, I just know he's already done for.
Hey, he gave this dude enough time to create a document coming from EDU.
No,
He didn't typed up a document. So academia.edu.
so
Wait,
as I was
wait,
showing you on here,
wait. Now you're
that
going back to
particular.
beautifulislam.net.
That's not the name we asked you to look up. The name we asked you to look up was Cash, IBN, Saeed, IBN, Aswad. In the
Right, but
first paragraph.
I'm still substantiating as one of the
No,
documents on the list.
that is the person they said made the trip. So go
Oh,
look
you
up
can't. You
him.
ain't gonna never be able to substantiate beautifulislam.net.
That
There
is
you
the
go.
person they
It's side
said made the
EDU.
trip.
That academia.edu. Now, what are we? Pre-Islamic contact for scholars and ordinary Muslim people suspect the arrival of Muslims at the Americas a long time before the discovery of Christopher Columbus of the San Salvador Islands, blah, 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 blah. Idea Muslim of the American continent, however, are theories. Did you read this?
Blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. You not read it.
I did. Okay, so you did you read the second paragraph?
Well, what the reason I was asking about the 1492
Wait. Did you read this second? Ideas of Muslim presence on the American continent, however, new theories based on archaeological findings tend to point in this direction. This means that Columbus was the last to arrive. What? Where are you getting this from?
Well, I that's why I showed you the website.
So where's the evidence? Because I mean, they're
No, it's
claiming it.
okay.
What is the
I
evidence?
want to ask him this, right? If he's saying the Islamic presence in America, there was Islamic presence before 1492. I want to ask him this: were Africans Muslim in 1492?
Well, there was no Africans in 1492.
What do you mean
So
there were
what?
no Africans?
Not in the sense of the continent.
What
But
do
the
you mean there
people
were
were
no
there,
Africans in
right?
1492?
The term
God
wasn't
damn.
used for the entire body of land that is known today as Africa.
Wonderful. Do you know when the Portuguese came to
You know,
Africa?
y'all keep throwing me off with this shit. Like just because a name wasn't given, the place existed. Let's stop saying that it didn't exist. It existed. There was
You're
people
placing
there.
words in my
There
mouth. I
were
never said the
humans
place didn't
there.
exist.
And
I said
how do
that the
you know?
continent that we know
How do
today,
you know it wasn't called Africa in 1492?
because it had many different names from different people in
But
that
how do you
particular
know it
time.
wasn't called Africa in 1492?
There was a small portion of northern Africa that had the title in
So
about
some
late.
parts were
I'm
known as
talking.
Africa.
You asked me a
So
question,
you
and
don't
I'm
know.
answering. So I'm
So
going
you
to answer the
don't know.
question
So
that
you
you
don't know.
ask. I was telling you the answer, but you cut me off.
No. What you're saying is you don't know.
No, I
You're
was telling you an answer.
You're assuming.
You're assuming. That's my point.
No. Okay, so no. I don't assume
Yeah.
that. Hold on. I
No,
don't
you're.
assume. Shut up. I don't assume that people existed.
Oh no, you're very
Then
Africans
now go
assuming.
out.
existed.
Christopher Columbus.
Just
You can't provide any primary.
Africans existed.
Then now go out. Let Red finish. Then you respond. Okay,
Yeah. So
brother.
Africans
I
existed.
beg.
You keep saying like I assume like these people didn't come about once a place was called. So I mean, I'm only saying that it did exist. It don't matter what it was called, but You don't know what parts and what parts weren't called Africa in 1492 because Columbus was referring to Africa as Africa in 1492. Matter of fact, he had been to Africa. So at Verrazano, that's why we debate the fact that when Columbus come to America, if he had saw people that looked like Africans, he would have flat out said he saw Africans.
You know what I find funny, Red? Is the fact that this document says they got here before 1492, but does not say when they got here. Is that not suspicious? Like,
Well, Red just made
I've
it.
read this document like 3 times. I see no place where it tells us the time they got here, but it says long before
Well, Red just
Christopher
made an
Columbus,
assertion.
1492. So,
Red just made an assertion about Columbus bringing Africans, but he can't substantiate that.
no, he definitely can.
No, he can't.
In fact, Red
Provide me
actually
a
told you
primary
that.
right now. I would like to see
Yeah,
a primary.
you know why I say he can? Because when he was talking about the Africans being brought here, he gave you a time frame. He said
No, he said
1502, but you were
1492
not.
just a second ago.
No, that is incorrect.
No,
He
that's what he
said
just
he was.
said just a second ago.
I'm saying,
I know
he's
you're saying,
saying,
but that's not.
okay.
He said 1492, Christopher Columbus brought Africans, and I would like to see a primary for that.
Go ahead then. You want a primary for when Columbus got here?
Yes, a primary document for Columbus's journal.
So you're saying Columbus never got to the Americas?
I didn't say anything like that. You're trying to put words in my mouth. I'm saying provide a document that is a primary of Columbus's journal.
Red, fight back. He wants documents. Bro says he wants to see your paperwork.
Who,
Yes,
me?
Red made an assertion.
Yeah, he wants
about
to see your paperwork.
Oh, you're
Columbus's
talking about,
journals.
okay, so where did Columbus had visited the Elmina Islands?
Show me literature.
Yeah, Columbus visited Elmina.
Show me the primary literature first.
Hold on, wait. You're not gonna keep talking every time I talk. Where is Elmina located?
Where the primary literature is.
Where is Elmina located?
In Columbus's journal, the primary literature.
Okay, so why do you keep going to Columbus's journal?
Because I want to see you substantiate that position, like you said. You made an assertion.
Okay, so the thing is that you keep going to Columbus's journal, not us. You keep
No,
doing
you
that.
just mentioned slave being brought over from Africa on Columbus's journey.
No,
so
I
want
did
you
not
to
say that. I
yes,
said Columbus,
you just did.
I did not.
You
I said
just
Columbus
did.
Hold on, shut
Now
all
you're
the way
lying.
the fuck up. I said Columbus had already visited Africa. So had he got to America and seen Africans, he would have exactly said that he saw Africans. And then you asked me about where he went, because I just went and looked it up because I wanted to make sure that I was correct. Columbus had already been visiting Elmina, which is in Ghana. So he already had been to Africa prior to coming to what he thought was India, the Indies. And so he would have described the people as being African. I never said that that he brought Africans here. I said that he had already been to Africa.
Well, show me a primary literature.
On what?
Columbus's journey.
On what? That he had been to Africa prior to coming to the Indies?
Show me any primary literature from Christopher Columbus.
What on what?
You made assertions about Columbus seeing something, so I want to see it.
Yeah, wait, you don't know that Columbus had already been to Africa before coming to the Americas?
You know what? I don't. Please show me the primary documentation.
So you don't know that.
Please show me the primary literature.
I don't like you. Oh, this nigga. I mean, I'm gonna get it just because I'm gonna get it, but I don't understand what you're saying. Columbus had been to Africa.
Okay, everyone tap the screen, share the live. Tap the screen, share the live. while we wait for our brothers to come back. Is it not painful? Nagwa, hold on. He's gonna pull it up. Nagwa, hold on. When he pulls it up, you can come and back up yourself. Just hold on. Yeah, you see, I have a nice picture up here. You know, because they keep sounding like Africans were cowards. So I decided to show you a handful, just a handful of the might we have. It's painful. It's painful. Do you guys remember the kingdom of Kush? Warriors of iron. Oof. You guys are playing with Africa. You're sleeping on Africa. You're sleeping on Africa. They keep saying YT Man is teaching us how to mine our resources. But for some reason, Mansa Musa of Mali was walking around with gold everywhere. Everywhere, just gold. Like, gold was like chicken to him. He was just out here just giving out gold.
Yo, Red, why'd you
Okay.
kick me off, man?
It's okay. Red is bringing what you asked for. So continue
He
what
won't
you were
find it
saying.
because it's not there. That's why I was
Okay.
asking him. There's no primaries for Columbus's literature.
Just let him come back and
He won't find it.
he'll
I'm
tell
sorry.
you.
Was it Moose? I like you,
Yep.
by the way. You're cool, man. There are no primaries for Columbus's journals, or Queen Isabella letters. He's gonna sit there all night. But I'm just wondering, why would he kick me off?
Yeah, he said he was tired of you. And
Yeah, but for what? I wasn't doing anything. I was just asking him a question to substantiate the assertion that he made.
yes, and the way you like did that, like the previous person kept asking the same question over and over and over again, and I
But
think you asked him the question like 4 times, and he was trying to
but
answer, but
but when
I
he
don't know
asked me the
what
question
happened.
about the Muslim literature, I brought up the literature. Nobody addressed it. I did as you wished. No one even paid attention to it. So I feel I have the same right to ask him a question, don't I? I should have the same expectation that he provides. Oh, where'd he go?
Hmm.
Oh, Red. Oh, man.
What happened?
Moose. Is that Moose? You still there?
Yes.
Bro, I like you, bro. You were genuine to me, man. I really appreciate you, bro. I want to follow you. You made me laugh, man. And I just think you got a great sense of humor.
I appreciate you. What happened to Red? What happened? I just turned
Well,
my head for 1 second and
Red couldn't find it because it's not there. It's funny because it took me literally about 12 to 13 years to finally ask the question, maybe I should find out if I'm full of shit. And so I went looking for the Christopher Columbus journals, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like the most wide-known global explorer in history who allegedly sailed over to the Americas, and there's not a single primary?
so
What are the
so
chances?
so the journals don't exist then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, Moose, it was crazy for me, man. I mean, I really had to stop and slap myself in the face. I was like, why can't I find? I could only find Bartolomé de las Casas, his so-called transcriptions. But when I found those, I thought that it was Bartolomé de las Casas himself, but it wasn't him. It was his son. So what was weird is that his son took on the task of transcribing the so-called journals, but it didn't happen until 30 years after the so-called journeys. But here's the weird thing.
Okay.
The primaries to Bartolomé de las Casas transcriptions got lost. There's no primary for that. But they said that they found it 300 years later in 1792. I was like, what?
Okay. So do you think the slave trade happened
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
from Africa to America?
Yeah, I just think that there's a gross discrepancy regarding the numbers. But there's enough evidence I have in my logs. I've been researching 20 years, so I've definitely substantiated the transatlantic slave trade and the Pacific slave trade as well.
Okay. Okay, I appreciate you.
Yeah, bro.
So
No,
we'll just wait for
right
Red.
when I came in the
I
room,
think
Moose,
Red is coming
you were
back. I think he's
lighthearted.
coming back.
You were cracking jokes and it was funny, man. I just appreciate that. Red was accusational. He was short. You know, we've met past before, Red and I, but I didn't think that he would crash out. All I wanted was just a primary, and what he was asking of that gentleman before was like, just take the L, and he wasn't willing to take it himself. You know, I'll take one if that's what it takes. You know.
Okay. Do you see what I have on the screen?
Oh yeah,
Okay, let's talk about this first. Let me try to shrink it down, okay?
sure. By the way, I'm not a big fan of small hats, bro. Red.
Red is back.
Red is back.
God damn, Red is back.
You go grab those primaries for me, Red.
Is the Library of Congress a primary source?
Well, just because I mean it's not.
I mean, they got the journal, the one that was found, at least copies of it. I mean, it's digital copies of it.
Hey, Nagual. Hey,
Because
is
I
it
got the
true?
link right here.
Hey, Nagual, is it true that facts are evil or evil deeds?
1530s. Evil deed and crime. Primary etymological denotative definition of fact. Yes.
Hey, Nigel, I'm going to put this in your
All right, so
DM
what
and you
words?
let me know.
So what words should we use, Nagual?
What do you mean for what?
Well, because typically when I say fact, I simply just mean a true statement.
What I would say truth.
Okay.
I had to correct it myself. I try to be very particular about my usage of terminology. I don't want to be spellcasting myself into
Where did
oblivion.
Red go?
Okay, well, the truth is, prior to let's read this. Do Black American FBA hate immigrants out of jealousy, or are immigrants actually a problem? I'd go a little bit of both.
Explain now.
Now, as for immigrants being a problem, I would say that, like, even though this is a stolen land, so you can say that how is anybody an illegal immigrant on stolen land? But in the same breath, I'll tell you that if the government is giving a lot of money to other groups of immigrants and not feeding its American citizens, well, that might cause an uproar. And in the second hand, do the FBA just hate immigrants out of some jealousy? I mean, yeah, some might say that, they feel like they're not being fed by their government and they're watching other groups of people get it. That can cause, the uproar in itself. Now, in the same breath, I will say this much. To be mad at the African immigrant, when he or she, by all immigrant standards, is like the lowest amount of immigrants here, and by all means, it ain't like, I'm saying immigrants run the nation, and what I mean by that is, let's call them the blue and white people. Let's call them the Gomer people, if you will, the Ashkenazi boys.
The Gomer. That was a good one, bro.
But yeah, so you know what I mean? They run the nation. Can't even say the J word on this app. Just being real with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, so I thought Red came back up. I thought he had a primary. Link, are you still down there, bro?
Are African and Caribbean immigrants in any position to criticize Black Americans after fleeing their failed nations? I don't think so.
Why?
The most Well, I mean, you can't talk crazy to somebody who was stolen from this land, who was stolen from Africa, and then brought to the Americas, and their people, helped build up the Americas. So now I don't believe certain nations are failed, but it's kind of crazy to go to be an immigrant over there and talk crazy to them and criticize them. Same way it'd be crazy to go over to Nigeria or talk crazy to them.
Yeah, it's like if we're assumed to have rights, I'm like, what's the right? Yeah, I would question that right
Okay,
there.
go ahead. Just answer the prompt, and everyone else can answer the prompt. When you're done answering the prompt, the other guys will answer, and we'll just talk about it.
Does America and is not real have the right to attack Iran?
That was a good one, bro.
Yeah. Iran and other sovereign nations. I don't believe so, but as we all know, in society, I mean, it all depends. It's all about who has the most power. But yeah, them small hats, they all this is because those files that leaked, and some people don't want to be exposed. So
that's a fact. Denotative fact.
My bad. I'm back, dog.
Tommy from Martin.
So,
but yeah.
I don't know how much. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah. So I don't know how much ground y'all done covered since I've been gone. I had to restart my phone because y'all couldn't hear me. So their son was born blah 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 1480, between 1482 and 1485. Columbus landed along the Guyana and Gold Coast of tropical West Africa and made at least one voyage to the Portuguese fortress of São George de Almeida, now Elmina, Ghana. So prior to coming to the Americas, Columbus had already been to Africa.
Yep.
These were his formative years. And is it mentioned in his diary? No, because his diary, his journal is written about the travels that he took there. But yeah, it is commonly known that prior to going to the Americas or being commissioned to go to the Americas, that he had visited Africa. So he would have described the people as being African.
Yep.
There you go.
You cannot
you Red
be
was
serious
coming
about
back.
passing that as a primary.
No, I didn't say it was a primary. I'm absolutely saying that it's not a primary because these were his formative years. He did not journal about going to there. It is just commonly known that he did. This is Encyclopedia Britannica, by the way.
Yeah, that doesn't mean much though. I mean, like
it's better than iloveislam.net.
No, it's not actually.
What? Yeah.
I actually looked up the .edu on mine. You don't even have a .edu.
I mean, I trust Encyclopedia Britannica more than I trust iloveislam.net.
Well, I trust primaries before I trust anything. That's where I go.
iloveislam.net is not a primary.
We're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about Columbus.
But that's what you put on the screen.
But that's what you have on the screen right now.
You requested from me what you have not produced.
I requested a primary
And
of
that's why
Columbus's
you keep
journal.
trying to link me to Columbus's journal, even though I keep never mentioning Columbus journal. You do.
You mentioned
Pull
Columbus,
up
and I asked you
Columbus's
to
journal. I'm like, who the
substantiate.
fuck? You did that half an hour ago.
I
And I'm
asked
like,
you
who
to.
the fuck mentioned
You came back
Columbus's
with it.
journal?
That's my point.
I said Columbus had been to Africa. You keep mentioning Columbus journal because you want to attach me to an argument that I didn't make.
No, I
And
want
that's why I
people to
keep asking you, why
substantiate.
do you keep mentioning it?
I want people to substantiate the most worldwide known, most famous explorer on the planet.
Yeah, but none of us keep mentioning it. You want it to be part of the argument so you can debate Columbus.
No,
Nobody
I'm
here
not
is
arguing.
mentioning it. You
I
So
don't
keep
argue.
bringing up Columbus, and I keep wondering why.
then Agua. So basically, you're saying Columbus is a myth.
No, I'm saying that there's no primaries to substantiate him ever coming over to the Americas.
Oh, his diary. So that's not what you asked me for. You asked me for a primary. You asked me for a primary on him going to Africa. I can give you a primary on him coming to the Americas. His diary. He says he's come. His diaries actually. He believed for the most part that he was in the Indies, but his diary said that he was in Americas. When he started talking about Hispaniola and other places, we know that he was in the Americas.
Okay, Red, well then go give me a primary of his.
Why would I? So again, I
You just made
didn't
a
make an
claim. You
art.
just
So
made a
the
claim
thing
that he
is,
came to the
look here,
Americas.
guy. You keep bringing up Columbus to bring up the thing. The question is, and I like the way y'all try to do this because the burden of proof is on you. I tell you to prove that black people were in America prior to 1492, and you say, "Oh, why did you say 1492?" Columbus. Well, show me a primary on Columbus. I didn't say anything about Columbus. I just chose 1492 because that's a year that I know that Africans weren't here. So clearly, I'm not saying Columbus. So believe me, brother, the ball is still in your court to prove that black people are still here, that they're here prior to 1492.
And
Nobody's mentioning Columbus. You keep doing that.
I ain't gonna lie, I just asked ChatGPT, take it for what it was. Apparently, evidence comes from Columbus's own writings and later biographies that he sailed and went to the Portuguese trading
But
port,
he's saying he wants to see
port
you
of
put it on the
Elmina
screen.
on the
That's
Gold
great,
Coast.
Chase.
He
That's great,
says he
Chase. Bring
wants
it
to
on up.
see
Bring
you
it on
put
up.
it on the screen. He says he wants to
Yeah,
see.
but the thing is I bring it up, Chase. But the thing is that you keep shifting the burden of proof. We asked you to prove that black people were here prior to 1492, and somehow you keep bringing up Columbus, so we have to show. I like that. I don't like that switcheroo that you guys try to do because you can't prove shit. You try to bring up Columbus, so we have to prove it. We don't actually have to prove anything because the world already says what we say.
Oh,
The
right.
world
Even though
says
there's no
that black
primaries.
people. Hold on. The world
Brother keeps
we
saying
are the side that
primaries.
don't have to show. The world knows what we know. We know that black people come from Africa and that black people are not here prior to 1492. The world knows that.
Right, and the world could be wrong.
Yeah, but you're the one. Okay, so you're the one that's saying something that's contrary
Hey,
to
you're part of
everyone.
the
You're the
world.
one that's saying there's something contrary to what everybody else knows,
So apparently,
and you're saying that it's
Ferdinand.
wrong. So the burden of proof would be on you, sir, not us.
So you're asking me to provide primaries that I'm claiming don't exist? That doesn't make much sense, Red.
Asking, yes, exactly. Asking you to provide primaries
That
to
don't
prove that
exist. I'm
black
claiming
people
that they
was in
don't exist.
America.
I'm claiming that they don't exist, and you want me to provide those primaries.
You're arguing that Santa exists. You're the one that's arguing that Santa exists. I'm asking you to prove it.
Santa was a Siberian shaman who was
Wonderful. I thought
he
it
was
was Scottish.
no, he was literally a shaman of the Tungus people from Siberia.
So, okay, so let me go for something else. You're trying to prove that the Easter Bunny exists.
No, I would say there's more substance to Santa being alive than there is Columbus.
No, hold on. I know this voice.
This is Nagua.
You sit in your car most of the time, don't you?
Yes.
I'm in my car now, yeah.
You are. You're a weirdo. Bye. I know who he is now. This nigga sits in his car and imagines shit all day long. Now I know who he is. I knew that voice.
Mary Source.
Oh, that's me on the big screen. There you go.
The Chase, you were trying to show something.
Yeah, I'm about to look at. I'm about to put it up on my laptop because my phone's too small.
I mean, who told the world that? The world. I mean, we know the Earth is round. I don't. You guys, like when you guys claim that it's flat, it makes no sense for you to come up here and say, prove that it's round. Everybody, the majority of the Earth knows that the Earth is round. I don't have to prove that it's round. They're not teaching in school that the Earth is flat, so I'm not the one that has to prove it. They're teaching in school that the Earth is round. They're teaching around the world that the Earth is round. If you say it's flat, you have to come with the extraordinary proof.
That's fair. But yeah, I mean, this is ChatGPT, so take it for what it's worth. But yeah, according to Christopher Columbus's 1495 letter, I almost say he was doing a freestyle with Biggie or some shit. But yeah, he in his earlier writings, he discusses his earlier voyages. And these are the secret letters of Christopher Columbus. The Hakluyt Society, 1847. Take that how you take that. I have sailed 100 leagues beyond the islands of Thule, Iceland, into the coast of Guinea, that being Africa. So he said to himself that he's been to Africa, as well as his own son's, Columbus's son's biography, in which he wrote that his father sailed to the coast of Guinea and to the Portuguese fortress of Mina, where gold was traded. So yeah, he said it himself. Out of Columbus's own mouth, he said he's been to Africa. Prior to 1492. He knows what Africans look like. Secret letters of Columbus. So yeah. And now let's see why the people, historians accept this, rely on these two sources because the letter is written by Columbus himself. The biography was written by his son using Columbus's papers. These are earliest surviving documents mentioning his African voyages. So there we are. Select letters of Christopher Columbus. So yeah, he's been to Africa. He knows what an African looks like. Anyone there?
We are right here, bro. My bad.
Yeah. It was quite a gorgeous man. Yeah, he's been to Africa. That just goes without saying. Matter of fact, it's I mean, we can go on Google Maps. Like these people, there's only prior to 1492. That's why I before you dropped him, I wanted to talk to him so he could really know. In which, I mean, again, prior to 1492, bro, it's just a fact of the matter. There's only 3 continents in consistent talks with each other, and that's Africa, Europe, and Asia.
I think his claim was that they never been to, or he
Africa, right? Yeah.
No, he was saying that Columbus had never been to America. Like,
oh, well, that's nuts.
Yeah. Even though there's like the witnesses from, Portugal and, it's crazy. Even though, he even brought slaves back home with him.
He even brought some indigenous motherfuckers back. Like, hey, y'all, look at this.
Yeah, what he really wants to say is that
I didn't recognize that dude's voice at first. That dude sits in his car like all day long. He's probably in his car right now. And that's why he laughed. I
Yeah, he
say,
said it.
I
Yeah.
know you don't. Don't you sit in your car all the time? Like he's always in his car. Like no matter what time of day it is, he considers himself an indigenous scholar without being Native American, and he calls himself a shaman.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was indigenous American.
No, I don't think he is.
He at
Soon as
least
I
looked
started
like.
asking him about tribes and stuff, he didn't know.
Oh, what's up, Xavier? I didn't know there was.
No, you're good.
He at least looked the part, or maybe I'm
Well,
being.
even the thing is, even with the Afro-Indigenous communities in the U.S., like they actually have their own languages which have African origin. For example, you have Afro-Seminole Creole, which is a mixture of African languages from Angola, and it's been studied by linguist Dr. Ian Hancock. And then you even have, the Creek Freedmen who moved to Mexico, and they live in Nacimiento, Mexico. And those people out there are called the Muskogos, and Mexico celebrates them every Juneteenth. Those, and they're very proud of their African ancestry. So I don't understand where he's getting that info from.
Let's see. I'm looking at this thing called Native Map CC. I'm looking up what is the true name of Chicago.
Wild onion.
Funky ass. Said Bunyan.
Huh?
Nigga said Bunyan.
No, wild onion.
That's what it means.
That's what Chicago means, wild onion.
So when I type it in, it's giving me a bunch of these words. I don't know what the. Is Chicago an indigenous word? I see kick up pole.
Chicago is an indigenous word. I think. I was born and raised in Chicago. I grew up knowing my whole life that it meant wild onion. So, what does it tell you that it means?
I mean, I just don't see Chicago here. I just typed it in here.
Well, hold on. What are you looking at? I don't know what you're looking at.
Nativeland.ca, in which I have all the true indigenous names of this nation. Like I live in Maryland,
Oh, so
therefore
I don't know if
live
that's
in
a
Piscataway.
territorial name.
Yeah,
But
I live in Maryland, therefore I live.
So
in
where's
Piscataway.
Illinois? I don't even see it on there. Where is it at on there? Where's Illinois?
All right, right
You
here.
got to go up.
Yeah, I see.
I don't see the Illinois shape. Can you come out some?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even using the United States shape. It's
I
using
thought I seen Peoria.
Well, I mean, I
Peoria's
see.
Illinois.
Oh, did you see Peoria? Because
Yeah.
Peoria. Okay, so
Where?
they go Peoria.
Oh, there it is, right here.
Where's what?
Peoria.
Oh, there's more than one because there's another one above it. Go up
There
above
is?
that, to the right of that dot. I mean that marker.
Oh,
There it is
yeah, right
again.
here.
There's another one. So Peoria, Illinois. Yeah, Chicago would be, but remember, Chicago's a city. These places are huge that they're marking.
Yeah.
They're bigger than cities. These are territories, Native American territories. But Chicago is in there somewhere. But Chicago would be wild onion. You got to look for it outside of what you're looking
Yeah,
at.
well, it's wild onion in an indigenous language.
Yeah, I mean that's what I grew
Is
up
that
learning.
how you
I'm not saying that I'm
pronounce
right.
it?
That's just what we was taught growing up as kids. Even grade school, high school, Chicago means wild onion. I
Is
never
that
thought
how
about
you
looking.
pronounce Chicago though?
Huh?
Or when you say Chicago, is that the right way to pronounce it?
Shit, I wouldn't know. I mean, I don't know if Chicago is the original pronunciation or if it's
Which one of
Chicago
you?
or something. I
Which
wouldn't
one
know.
of you just gassed? Somebody gassed.
What?
Who
Oh, it
did
wasn't
that?
me.
Wasn't me.
What? No, somebody just
Xavier?
farted.
Nah.
Respect yourselves. We all heard
It's
that
whoever was
fart.
peeing earlier probably did it.
Right.
Well, I just came here, so. But yeah, I guess. And crazy enough, right? Like I say, all these quote unquote indigenous niggas, and all of y'all are just indigenous to the southeastern hemisphere of the United States. No Dakotas.
I told you all of them, all the Afro-Indigenous people, most of them live in
No,
Oklahoma and Illinois.
Xavier. Now, I don't mean the bastards. I'm not talking about true Afro-Indigenous people who like, oh yes, I am actually, yes, Afro-Indigenous. I'm half African American and half indigenous. Like that's actually in my blood. No, I'm talking about the What's a good example?
The Pretendian.
Yeah, I don't like to call them that because I can't prove that they aren't indigenous, so I don't like to say that. But yeah, like I say, them niggas say they have absolutely no African in their blood, this, that, and the third. Yet oddly enough, they're always indigenous to the southeastern hemisphere of the United States, where slave ports is at. Never over here where my Dakotas are at.
Well, that's
Oregon.
like and this is where the confusion comes from. If you go back to where the South was, like by Florida, like Mississippi, over in that area. So those tribes, if you go to like Mississippi, when you see like the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, the Creek, those tribes own slaves. And
Yes.
when they had the Trail of Tears, those slaves were
took-
forced to come here to Oklahoma, where I live at.
Yeah.
So those a lot of people get misconstrued that by thinking that because they were slaves of the tribes, that they were actual like the actual Native Americans. They did become tribal members later on, but they aren't the original indigenous people.
Yeah. And another thing, how are you indigenous? I don't get, not you personally, not or actual Afro-Indigenous people, but there is absolutely no way in the pits of hell you supposed to be quote unquote, like you say, a pretendian. How the fuck you calling Mexicans and Caribbean people tethers when by all means the lines and territories given to us are given to us by the white T-man? Because as far as, the Caribbean goes, they good with the Florida people. Guantanamo Bay and all that shit. Like, these people are all one thing right here. Taino.
Yeah, they're just
How is that a tether? How is the Haitian or Jamaican or Taino a tether? It's all kin for real.
I mean, it's all America. So.
Yep. And it was all tight. I ain't telling you they ain't have no WARs, but as far as Florida and the Caribbean, these people are all one. This is all one territory of the Seminole tribe of Florida.
Yeah, the thing about the Seminole is they have 14 bands within that tribe, but 2 of the bands are freedmen bands. So those are the people you would call Black Seminoles, and they're federally recognized.
Freedmen.
So people claiming to be Black Seminole and you don't have a tribal ID shows that you're not an actual Black Seminole. But some of them did move to like Barbados. They ended up getting pushed out to the Caribbean and Mexico. So those people can say it.
Now let's see if I can go to Africa. They don't got much right.
It keeps showing me that somebody's requesting, but nobody's there.
Let's see. Let me see, man. Maybe I can do it. Yeah, it's doing the same thing to me. Now it's gone. Manage guest is 0. Well, let's switch territories and go languages. Appalachia. Oh, huh. So apparently Chicago or Illinois used to speak all the same language with, I guess, all these people. The Dakota niggas, or Dakota people, or Nebraska people, so on and so forth.
What you'll notice is all of those places up north, like they have what are called umbrellas. So the southeast are mostly Muskogean umbrellas, like the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, the Yuchi, all those people are Muskogean, so they speak a similar dialect. When you go up north by like Chicago and places like that, you have a lot of Plains Indians, and they speak a similar dialect. You go to Alaska, the Inuit people, and over in that area, they have a similar dialect. So they're not the same, but they're very similar.
Yep.
If you go to the Carolinas, you have Black folk who speak Gullah Geechee. Yeah.
Huh, I guess that's where I didn't know that. Apparently, Miami is an indigenous word.
In Oklahoma, we have a Miami, but it's not actually pronounced Miami. It's called Miami, and it's an actual tribe.
Did not know that.
Yeah, that's how you actually say Miami. It's actually Miami.
Miami. Oh, take me off the big screen. No more crazies, so.
Is Vibe still there?
I think so.
Should I put some random questions on? Come again?
I said it don't really matter to me.
Yeah, I don't think Vibes is there.
Probably sleep.
What year did Rap Snacks come out? I probably could have Googled it, but
What year did Rap Snack? $1994.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, this is Facebook telling you this, by the way.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, I didn't grow up with them, didn't know nothing about them, but that's around the time that I joined the Army. So I just heard a rapper, and it's not even a new song, it's an older song. It was like, yeah, we came up on them Rap Snacks, and I'm like, I didn't. So I mean, to me, I'm literally like Rap Snacks is new to me. But you're saying they've been out over 20 years. I'd never seen them.
Yeah.
But that was around
It
the same
mainly
time.
got popping in like the 2000s.
Yeah, and that was like, yeah. So I left for the Army like '94, and so my first duty station was Germany. I came back stateside like '98 for a couple of years. Then I was right back overseas, and then pretty much the rest of my career I was back and forth between stateside for a year, Iraq for a year, stateside for a year, Afghanistan for a year. So yeah, I know nothing about Rap Snacks. Like when I heard the rapper the other day, it was in one of his lyrics. He was like, "Yeah, we was out on the corridor and we came up on Rap Snacks," and I was like, "What? Who came up on Rap Snacks?" So yeah, that's new. Like they're pretty much new to me, even though they came out in '95.
Yeah.
I seen them in the store. Like when I think I went to 7-Eleven. I rarely go to 7-Eleven. What the fuck was I in 7-Eleven for? I stepped in 7-Eleven for something. And I was like, oh, Rap Snacks. Okay. I thought that was new.
You thought? What'd you think of it?
No, I've never had them. That's what made me think of it because I want some orange juice. I was about to order some orange juice. And since I'm watching Netflix, I was like, you know what? I should get some snacks. And then when I put in snacks, it said Rap Snacks. I was like, maybe I should try these barbecue Rap Snacks chips.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very new to me. It's funny, like, but even if I had known about them, '95, like me coming up on Rap Snacks wouldn't have been a thing because, like, a couple of years. I mean, I wasn't grown, but I would have been in my 20s. Like '95, I turned 20, so it wouldn't have been like Rap Snacks wouldn't have been something I would say that I came up on. That just means I'm getting old. Because I don't really think of myself as an old guy, even though I have to remind myself that I'm 50. I don't think of myself as an old guy.
50?
Damn. Yeah. I say I have to remember that I'm 50 because like shit just went by so fucking quick. It seemed like yesterday I was in Chicago on the stoop. So
That was like 90s, 80s.
well, shit, I was born in '75. I mean, most of my childhood memories is in the '80s. I mean, like to me, that's the golden era. Niggas was out there on cardboard, breakdancing. At the same time, remember I'm from Chicago, so house music was just jumping off around there. So like right around the time that I'm discovering rap, I'm also discovering house music. You know, from a DJ coming out of one DJ coming out of New York. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Not Fat Five Freddy. It's I can't think of his name. Freddie Knuckles. That's who I was trying to think of. Freddie. I coughed and I thought of it. Freddie Knuckles, a DJ coming out of New York, and then a couple of other earlier players.
That definitely sounds like some old nigga.
Freddie Knuckles, Frankie Knuckles.
Yeah.
Frankie Knuckles collaborate, man. Like a lot of them house DJs and they're producers now. A lot of those house DJs from the early '80s and '90s, they got famous, and then they linked up with people that like that sound. They linked up with like Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson and Prince and all of them, and started producing albums for the big wigs.
You smoke, bro? You smoke?
No, I don't. I don't know what the hell I'm choking on. It's like something in the back of my goddamn throat, bro. No diddy.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Hey, so what made you stop eating protein?
I still eat protein. I eat protein every day.
I'm not trying to make it GAY, my boy.
No, I knew you wasn't, but I eat protein every day. I just don't eat meat.
All right. Yeah, so what made you stop?
When I realized that I didn't need meat.
What you mean?
When I realized that I didn't need it. Every reason we eat meat is the same reason we should eat what the meat eats.
You know, I tried that vegan stuff when I was playing football, but it was like
I'm not talking about that. Like that shouldn't even be what you be eating. Should be eating. Cause like I know people that are vegan that eat that stuff and that's processed, and they're huge as hell.
I know. I mean, like actual vegetables. Like I was trying to like cut off meat completely, but it was just I wasn't getting filled.
Yeah, I mean, you have to learn it. I mean, I failed horribly at it the first times because I didn't have any experience to go off of. Only thing I knew to eat was peel an apple, peel an orange, peel a banana, then have a salad, throw some lettuce. I didn't know how to cook like a vegan, but now I know how to cook like a vegan. I know how to make shit that I like. So like now I know how to make sweet potato quinoa chili with the same texture as ground beef, you know, because it's the texture that you like, the flavor and the season that you like, not necessarily the meat. So like the quinoa gives me the texture of ground meat. The tomato sauce, the beans, the seasoning gives it the rest. So meat is not really necessary. When I make fried oyster mushrooms, which is basically my substitute for fried chicken. I mean, it pretty much tastes the same. It feels the same. It tastes the same. Provides better nutrition without all of the cholesterol, the grease, all of the other stuff that comes along with it. Like what did I make earlier? Oh, I made black bean burgers. I mean, very good. I mean, high in protein, but not all of that other stuff. Actually, I'm on the hunt. I need me a vegan woman.
True. So your girl ain't allowed to eat no meat either.
No, I mean, I'm never gonna tell nobody that. But I want to be with somebody that eats the way that I eat, the way that I want to eat. So even when I'm slipping, like she can catch me or I can catch her. I find it easy. Like I would like when up until a couple of years ago, I was still believing that I was Christian, and I find it easier for me to be Christian and to be with a woman that is of a different religious faith than it is to be with a woman that eats differently than I am. Not that I don't get along with women that eat differently than I am, because I definitely do. That's not a problem. But the thing is that you like even when I was Christian, I can maintain my Christian faith and be with the woman that's of Islamic faith,
You're a Christian?
and it never crossed. But
Wait, Red, you're a
when,
Christian?
huh?
You still are a Christian, or you
No,
were?
I'm not. I was. I
Oh.
was born and raised Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. I went to a Catholic church. I was an altar boy. I wanted to be a priest at one point. Um, I was heavily into the Catholic Church. I did two masses on Sunday. I was all about that Catholic life. But the closer and closer I get to knowing where we came from, none of the stuff that we were taught starts to make sense. Like like Catholicism doesn't make sense. Islam doesn't make sense because it wouldn't have been what we were practicing. These were brought to us by people. Now you have our Africans that argue, and history just to me just defeats that. You have Africans that argue that what you call it, that Hebrew comes from them, and um, uh, the small hat faith comes from them, and even Islam, even Catholicism in some cases, right? But I think that's just because uh, it's been there so long that it has gained a mythology of all of its own. But we know historically these faiths didn't come from those regions. We know that one comes from the Middle East and one comes from the Europeans and things like that. And we know that they've, in some cases, taken elements of African spirituality, Egyptian history and things like that, and mixed it in, and it's just not right. So the more and more that I found out that we was from West Africa, and that West Africans wouldn't have been practicing any of these faiths prior to the European or the Arab, let me know. I'm like, this is not us. I mean, and we're the only people whose God doesn't look like them.
Mm.
I mean, not saying that we're okay. Let me take that back.
No,
No,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
no. I mean, I'm right in saying it, but the only reason I want to kind of alter it because other people that are of the Christian and Islamic faith are also worshiping a God that doesn't work like them. But other people were duped by the same people. So that's what I wanted to emphasize, that we're not the only ones that went forward, because there are other people that are of the Islamic and Christian faith who it was brought to. And this is what the Crusades and all of that was all about. I mean, you become this or you unalive. So we have people that are uh, Christianized or Islamicized, and don't even probably even know it. The history of how their people became or came to into the knowledge of this.
Yeah, I feel you. But someone's gonna say to you though, you already know. Someone's gonna say to you, "What about how in the Bible you already know the Israelites resemble Africans or something like that?"
Say again.
Someone's gonna say that to you that the Israelites resemble the Hamites.
You know what? I don't pay no. God dang. I don't pay attention to any of that. You know why? Because in like I swear, I'm telling you, I just turned 50 last year. I swear, well up into my 40s, I was still um at least a believer. I stopped going to church a long time ago, but even up into my 40s, I was still a believer. So not too long ago, I was still a believer. I mean, but the more and more, I mean, in the emergence of all of us being on the internet talking with each other, and the more we talk. Oh, to get to know the Gullah Geechee people, and we from West Africa, and the more and more, every time you learn more, I'm like, this is impossible that we were Catholics, that we were Christians, that we were Muslims. This is impossible because these religions weren't in the area. What were we in the beginning? What did we believe in before? And you know what? I kind of regret because when I had kind of like absolved myself of Christianity, I didn't want to adopt. I still don't want to adopt anything right off. I want to learn what Africans in West Africa were doing. And this lady offered me this book on Mami Wata, and I refused it because I was like, I didn't want to replace one faith with another. But I wish I had took it because I wasn't thinking in that time frame. I was thinking more so about getting more in touch with the African roots, and I just wasn't thinking about the fact that learning about African spirituality could be also part of that. But I wish I had took her up on it because she wasn't even going to charge me for the book. She was like, I read it. You need when she heard about my journey of piecing together, and I've always been on this journey of putting the fact that we were African, and she was like, well, take this book, and I was like, no, I want to, the spirituality. I don't believe in Mami Wata or any of that stuff. But I wish I had took it now, just so I could have added to what I know.
Sponges. You do any sports?
Again,
You do any sports?
am I into sports?
No, I mean, did you do any sports growing up?
Oh yeah, I played volleyball, I ran track, I wrestled, and I played basketball.
Volleyball.
Yeah, I was good at volleyball.
The fuck? I mean,
Hmm?
what you playing volleyball for?
I don't know. I didn't. It wasn't nothing I thought of. Somebody asked me to play one day, and I ended up liking it. It was a coach, one of their coaches. They was like, "Man," I was like, "It wasn't because I don't jump that high." I mean, he was like, "Man, you'd be very good at volleyball." He was like, "You look like you can dig real good." I was like, "Dig?" I'm like, "Yeah, are you being racist?"
Mm,
But I ended up being good at it.
that's crazy.
It was never nothing I thought of though. I would have never been like, yep, let me go out for volleyball. It was a coach that asked me to do it. And I ended up liking it though. I remember one game, I was so pumped, I raised my own temperature to above 100. They wouldn't let me play.
You have a box?
No, I don't like boxing. Mm-mm.
Why? Oh, you mean personally or as a sport?
As a sport, no, it's nothing. I mean, can I box? Yes. Do I? No, I don't like boxing.
What you mean?
I
Hold on. What
took.
you mean?
I
Can
have
you?
a black belt in Taekwondo, but boxing I do not like. Once, like I prefer, like if you ask me for boxing, even though boxing is in it, if you ask me to box or MMA, I would prefer MMA.
What's don't you like about boxing? That's just the sport of kings. What's wrong with you?
No. I don't like being hit in my face at all. So like that's why I like mixed martial arts because I can avoid being hit in the fucking face. I mean, I can take being hit in the face, but I hate being like getting hit in the nose. I hate that more than any fucking thing in my life. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody does. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, but
Right.
that's what let me know. I'm like, nope, I need to be able to kick.
So you don't. So what about watching though?
Oh no, I love watching boxing. Yeah, I love the sweet science. And I mean, even in MMA, I think that you have to be well rounded. I think you need to be able to wrestle. I think you need to be able to box. I think you need to know uh, jujitsu. I think you also need to know kickboxing. Oh shit! You know what? I'm gonna call somebody to come clean out my filters tomorrow. My chimney. I'm gonna get my chimney clean tomorrow. My furnace and all the vents and ducts. I don't remember the last time I get done. I think that's why I'm coughing. Even though I don't use the heat, but I think that's why I'm coughing so much. Because I'm not sick.
The
Uh,
Chicago air. The Chicago air will do that
I
to
don't
you.
live in Chicago. I live in Colorado.
Man, that's why you fucking coughing.
I was born and raised in Chicago. I retired in Colorado.
Yeah, that's why you coughing. The fuck? No wonder. I think you live
I'm
in Chicago this whole time. Yo ass need to take your black ass back to the equator.
no. Hey, you know what's crazy though? I can't stand to spend too much time away from here, right? Because like when I spend too much time away from here and I come back, I can't breathe.
Really? But I mean, that's your lungs trying to adjust. You gotta
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I mean, a couple of like if I fly out for a couple of days and come back, it's not bad at all. But like a couple of weeks to a month being gone away from here over 30 days, coming back, oh my God. Like I can feel it as soon as I land in Denver, as soon as I land in Denver. Trying to walk from my terminal to baggage, I'll be like, holy shit, I can't breathe. I'm about to have a heart attack.
You gotta get out of there, bro.
Oh no, I love it. No, this is the best place to live, man. You know the Olympic Training Center is here.
Man, you living near that's really. I don't want to say that's the white people territory, but that kind of is, bro. Not even Cali. Nah.
No. I like it here. It's peaceful. I mean, back when I was younger, like I used to say this all the time when I was younger, because like I couldn't sleep growing up in Chicago, right? You know, and I'm pretty sure New Yorkers can attest to this. You know, you go to sleep by the noise on the street, the winos yelling, the street never stops. The you know it
Yeah.
the sounds never stop outside in the city. You know, and I grew up listening to that. I couldn't. Matter of fact, when I joined the army and I started living in places like even on military installations that was like only thing you could hear was crickets and cicadas at night.
It
I
probably too
couldn't
warm.
sleep. It was too quiet. Now that I'm older, I enjoy that. I used to say all the time when I was younger, I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna retire in the country because I could never get no sleep. Because I'm used to the noise. But now that I'm older, I'm used to I love it out here. I got my dogs. Like most people would probably be scared to live where I live because it's pretty much just me.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You definitely, your black ass is definitely on your own right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh no, but I love it, man. I'm away from everybody, and I'm not worried about anybody sneaking on me. Like if an ant crawls up to the door, my dogs is on it.
You got kids?
My kids are grown.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I still got one in the nest, but she lives in Georgia with her mom. I got 6 kids, but only one of them is a minor still.
Never.
Only one of them is still a minor.
Like, what the fuck do you even do out in Colorado? I don't know.
Huh?
You don't be getting depressed, like.
No, I've always been a
I
loner.
know you're not getting enough sunlight or vitamin D. I just
Oh,
know.
probably not. I know that I'm not. But no, I've always been a loner. Like, I mean, I do like I got like 1 or 2 friends like that I consistently in contact with throughout my life. Like, but other than that shit, if I didn't get on TikTok, I probably wouldn't talk to people for a month. And I like it like that. My real life friends be like, man, you can't live like that. I'm like, no, that makes me happy.
Yeah, they do be like that.
And I've always been that way, even growing up in Chicago. Like, I like doing things. I mean, actually, as I got older, I like to do more things more. But like growing up in Chicago, I never liked big crowds. I never really wanted to stray too far away from home and stuff like that. Now that I've gotten older, I've gotten more comfortable doing those things. So I do love the like Taste of Chicago or Blues Fest or the Jazz Fest or something like that. But other than that, yeah, I really don't care for people like that. I like my circle really small.
Fair enough.
Hey Siri, turn on Living Room Apple TV. Think I'm about to get back into this Night Agent. You ever seen that?
Nah.
It's a good show on Netflix. Oh, I need batteries too. I'm glad I thought of that.
Hey, Red, you ever seen any MK Ultra shit in the army?
No. Huh?
You sure?
I'm positive. I mean, okay, describe what you mean by MK Ultra
I
shit.
don't know, like some motherfucker like Shaw, Prentice Shaw, Raymond Prentice Shaw, and a nigga just. You see this nigga do pulling guns out his ass. He just doing shit you ain't never seen. That nigga was a straight slap in the army. The next thing you know, they didn't say fucking code words, and his ass just.
Oh, you're talking about like, okay, so you know one thing you got to understand about the army, like ask Big Sip, ask
Y'all niggas did see it. Oh shit.
Huh?
Y'all niggas did see. Y'all niggas
No,
know.
no. You're talking about elite soldiers, right?
Well, it's not even like. Well, technically they were made elite, but they're more so. It's just
So
someone just.
let me tell you
activated
about the army. So like the thing is the army like less than 1% of the United States US citizens serving in the United States Army. So less than 1% of the population serves. And then you got to think how many of those don't make it through. But even though it's been got laxed over the years, at least I think every generation will say that though. So you got to think about how many people don't get. Because I remember we recycled a whole bunch of people in my basic training, and when I went to basic training, niggas was still getting in your face, putting their hands on you, trying to break you, you know, and make you go home or whatever. And I remember within the first week or two, we lost a bunch of people. They couldn't hack it. And you know, so and then these are just regular people. So I'm saying by the time you get to your duty station, and this is just regular enlisted people, you come in, say like I came in a tank mechanic. And then or you got the people that come in that's fuelers, what or infantry or whatever. I mean, we're just the regular people in our thing. So like to
You're
a
just
severe.
good. You just have a certain certification.
No, I'm saying that excellence is such a norm. And when I say excellence, I mean comparatively to our civilian counterparts. So in the early days of my career, right, I could run 2 miles in 13 minutes.
Same here.
So, but the thing is that that's better than most, but it's not the best. So I would have been considered average in the military. But in the military, we have those that run 11s. So when you start talking about excellence, what's normal, like 13s is better than most in the civilian sector.
But see, it's not even like I'm talking excellence. I'm more so
So
talking. You ever seen the movie Manchurian Candidate?
it's been a while. Okay, so but the reason I'm saying that, okay, so say me a normal guy. When I would come home, so like in the army, I'm just a regular Joe. Nothing special about me. Nothing. I'm just like regular other Joe. I'm doing the average amount of push-ups. I'm doing the average amount of sit-ups. I'm doing the average amount on my run. But when I come home to the civilian populace,
I'm better than most people.
me doing 13 minutes in 2 mile 13 minutes or less is like
It's better.
Superman to most. They like, God damn, you ran 2 miles in what?
Just
And I'm
like in
like,
football
oh shit,
back
this is
then.
normal for most of us. Or the fact that I'm doing 100 sit-ups in 2 minutes, that's normal. I
To
mean,
my
well,
mind.
that wasn't normal. I only did that sometimes, but that wasn't normal
The
in
average man.
outside of the military. So excellence is the norm, but then you have the elite, and these are the guys that I'm saying that's going out for special. Like so, amongst these guys, that 13 miles is the regular. When they start recruiting for like special forces, they come into units and they're grabbing up people that are not running 13s like me, that are running 12s and 11 2 miles, that are doing 100 push-ups and over 100 sit-ups. Now, these are the guys that are going to be your special forces. And then you're talking about you got Delta Force. These are your one-man teams. These guys are better than those guys.
And then you have MK Ultra.
What do you mean? Okay, I'm still trying to figure out what is what
Wait,
is MK Ultra?
Red, you've never heard of MK Ultra?
I think I've seen a video game or a movie called MK Ultra, but what is this?
It's honestly, it's basically it's a declassified, file. It's basically mind control, or your government basically mind controlled people with it,
Uh-huh.
and with it, you could break down and create certain subalters in humans, and with it, I could do a lot with it. I can make a great all time boxer, or a great certain athlete, or I can make a great sniper, or I can make someone who's just disposable, right? Like I need something done, and they'll do it, no
Oh,
questions
you don't
asked.
have to. So the thing is that you don't have to have a psychological program to make that. The people are born like that. I've witnessed people that have that much
Anger, hatred.
huh, no, people are just born this way. Okay, so like some of the best like I had snipers in my unit, one of the units that I supported at one point. Just born that way. They grew up around that. Their patriotism was at on high. Like me, I don't consider myself had joined the army because of patriotism. I joined the army because I wanted to retire from something one day, and I didn't think college was going to be my path. I mean, if I had to go back and do it all over again, I would have chose college over the military. But I wanted to guarantee, you know what, that I'm not going to have to, because I was raised by my grandparents. My grandparents worked to the day they unalived. They were
Right.
worried about health care.
Care.
and all of that. I wanted to be free of that. And in my 20s, I decided if I never go back to college, at least I'll retire from the military.
Right.
So that was my plan. I'm not gonna work until I die. That was the only thing I thought about, and that's what made me make
That's
it
good.
through.
'Cause I
That's what
seen
made me make it through 20 years. So
yeah.
it was never about patriotism for me. But far as that Captain America, man, I knew a bunch of those guys that their motivation. I mean, you could turn any one of them into a stone cold unaliver. I worked with them. Like I tell people all the time, they be trying to congratulate me or thank me. I'm like, nah, I'm not that guy. I'm like, I worked with heroes. I worked with this and that. I mean, that's not me. I mean, I did my job. I went to hot spots and danger zones, but I'm not that guy. I mean, and I knew those guys. Them guys are stone cold crazy. But I don't think the army has to make them. They just be like that.
I
like
feel you, but
like look at the guys. Look at the guys that have all been arrested for unaliving somebody. And people assume that the military created them. Like when you talk about who unalived Kennedy, and then
that's
the Oklahoma City.
the red. That's the shit I'm talking about. I'm telling you, that nigga was
Nah, them
brought
guys
to
are born, dog. I'm telling you, them guys are born. They come in the army like that. The army just make them better at what they were when they were born. So that's the way I always look at it. So like, if you a white T supremacist, and I think white T supremacy send a lot, and this is why I'm against people talking against the military. White T supremacists are sending their people to the military, and so they can come back and give the training to their people. And I don't understand why black people would be against it too. Because if this stuff ever hits the fan, right? Like I said, I'm not that guy. I wasn't that guy. I am not that guy. But if shit hit the fan, and you say like you did come up on a military arsenal, I could be one of the. If you never set up a Claymore mine, I can teach you how to set up a Claymore mine. If you never held a semi-automatic or automatic pew pew, I can show you how to operate it. I can show you how to calibrate it, zero it in, the whole nine. I've trained people, so that I can do. So people can sit up here and mock what we have done and what we have gone through as service members. But if the proverbial stuff hits the fan, hey, guess who you gonna need to talk to? But with that said, like I don't think there's no military program like an MK Ultra that needs to happen, because there's more than enough people that are willing to become that are like that already, that were unalive just because they want to. Like, I think if the army didn't exist, I think there would be more serial unalivers on the street. There are people that are just born that way. Like, that's why when you start talking about they're trying to talk about, when they talk about serial unalivers, they were like, well, he grew up in a good Christian home. Yeah, because it ain't like I never blame parents. Like, some things can be blamed on some parents, but I think for the most part, children are gonna be who they are. Like, I tell my mama that all the time. My mom will sometimes apologize. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't provide this. I'm like, Mama, like, whether I became good or bad, it was not on you. I believe that my destiny was sealed from the time that I could form my own opinion, and it was my choice whether I was going to be a good person or a bad person. But I'm telling you, I've met people throughout my life in the military, pure fucking evil. There was a guy, and you can read about it. I'm gonna just tell you about the story, and you look it up. When there was a guy in my unit when I first got to Colorado, and you just by the description I give you, look it up. This guy thought, he used to tell us that he was gonna ascend to the stars and become a phoenix or a dragon at age 21. Something like that. And we would be in Iraq. He'd say this all the time. But you got to remember, we say shit like "I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your neck." So some people saying weird shit does not seem out of pocket within the military. Like it is, we just say shit that's just crazy. It just comes with the thing. So crazy shit being said is not like really abnormal. We like, "Hey, yeah, get your weird stuff self away from me." But this guy says stuff like that. When we got to Colorado, he didn't ascend to the stars. Not that anybody ever thought that he was, but he didn't ascend like he thought he was. So he thought he had to set it off in order to jumpstart his ascension to the stars because it didn't take place when he made the bright age. And you can read about him. He's probably I think he's down in a certain I think he's in Supermax or he's in one of the prisons out here. But you can look it up. He went to the forest not far from the military installation in Colorado. He had started a relationship with a young lady online and took her up to the woods and tied her to the tree and unalived her.
Huh.
People are born this way. I mean, and in retrospect, like I said, it did not seem weird what he was talking about because we just walk around saying, I mean, weird shit is just said all the time in the military. So a motherfucker saying that when I turn 21, I'm going to ascend to the stars and become a dragon. Nobody took that serious. But in retrospect, it was like, oh yeah, that motherfucker's loonier than the bin, boy.
Nuttier than a squirt, nuttier than a bag of squirrel shit.
Yeah. I mean, so it's not abnormal. I'm telling you, these people are born. Like when I went to basic, I went to basic with a guy that had never seen black people in person. I mean, later on I wouldn't say that we became friends, but we had an understanding because I hated him at first, he hated me. But long story short, what I came to understand about him, that he came from a long line of racists and he was born that way. He was born into it. He was trained to be that way. And then he had a harsh reality coming to basic, especially with a lot of black people there. He didn't know that we could read. I was like, what? I'm like, who told you that black people couldn't read?
Who else?
I'm like, he thought we couldn't read. He thought we couldn't write. He was under the impression that we took a different exam than he took to get in. And he could not fathom it. And so, like by the time the basic training ended, he even went to AI. There was a school that we go to after basic training. He ended up going to the same one that I went to after that. He got kicked out at that phase in the army, but he got kicked out. But I actually ended up feeling sorry for him because everything that he was taught to believe about us, this was like a crash course. He was going through a crash course in black people. And he couldn't keep up with it. He was like, wait a minute, y'all can read, y'all can speak, y'all can write. What's going on? You know?
I've been lied to.
Huh?
Right. I've been led astray.
Yeah, and so so he ended up like at first it was like all hateful interaction between him and I, and then finally I don't know why he chose me because like I was like his arch enemy and he was mine, and finally toward the end like when he knew he was getting kicked out, he came to me and he was like, man, he was like, you got to understand, he was like, my granddaddy Triple K, my father was Triple K. They was both Marines. My older brother is shaved head, and he was a Marine, and I couldn't get in the Marines. And so he was like he basically was telling me, he's like, they already look at me because I couldn't get in the Marines. I don't know why he couldn't get in the Marines, but he said they already look at me that way. Like, and now I got to go back home knowing that everything they taught me about black people is a lie. I was like, man, I kind of feel sorry for you now. I mean, you're still a racist piece of shit, but like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel sorry for you because you had no choice in the matter.
See, now I don't really care about white people, but as for people on this app this is you don't like the way I do stuff, but that's why I'm so patient with people because some people will get cooked from the beginning.
Well, no. So I don't like willful ignorance. So like
That's also
like
true. That's also a true thing as
that
well.
like so the guy that was just dealing with, especially once I realized who the
Yeah, I
voice
don't care
belonged,
about him. You're not black.
like the voice that I belong to. Like so, me and him have had. He's changed his name and he didn't have his picture up. Like had I seen his picture, we wouldn't have had that much interaction. That's why he laughed. I was like, "Don't you be sitting in your car all the time?" And he laughed. He was like, "Yep." I was like, "Yeah, I know who you are." And it gets on my nerves. But like I can't have patience with people. Like you know the one. Okay, so the more articulate they are, and the more articulate and the more Cause I guess the right verb is I don't know if it would be methodical. I don't have patience because I know they're lying. I
I
know
agree
they're
with
lying.
that.
I know that like there's a difference. Like so, there's one guy on here, and I won't say his name. I feel sorry for him, right? I do give him a break because what he's been sold is the fact that he's going to get something by maintaining the belief that this is our land. He's gone stagnant in life. He makes no forward movement, no forward progression in life because he's waiting for the American government to admit that they took our land, and then all of a sudden his land patents are going to come to fruition and all of us are going to get what we deserve. So he sits at home waiting on this. And I feel so bad for him.
Is that old guy, James?
No. He's actually younger than myself. And hopefully he's not listening because when I say this part, it's going to be obvious to some who I'm talking about. But he's actually handicapped, right? Handicapped black guy. And he 100% believes that the United States government is eventually going to give us our land back and he's going to be entitled to that. And I feel so far because he's a true believer. That I feel sorry for that type. But as far as most of these guys that come up to debate with me, and like the thing is that in order to debate with me, I always think about it. The ones that give me the hardest time where I actually have to think about the argument and have a hard time debating back means that they have had to argue it, but also reverse argue it. Right? Because that's what I do. Like,
Right.
I argue in my mind, I've already argued it, at least to me. I've argued
The counter arguments.
yeah, I've made the arguments. I've argued with myself about black people being
Like, maybe
indigenous.
I'm wrong. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when I talk to people that I know that have also done that process, I'm like, that's why I hate them because I'm like, you know that you're lying. You have to know that you're lying in order to even form the argument that you just formed. You had to think about it from both sides to even form what you just said. And so I know that you're lying. I can't prove that you know that you're lying, but I know that you're lying. Oh, like Babby Bubba here. Babby Bubba knows he's a liar.
Yeah.
He knows that he's not telling the truth. And I don't believe that he's actually part African. I think he said it one day to excuse his xenophobia, and now he has to stick with that lie. But either way, whether he's lying about that, I know that he's lying. I know that he doesn't believe it. There's no way that you could be part African and then believe that part people are indigenous and be an FBA at the same time. He's such a fucking walking contradiction. Is ridiculous.
No, like I'm arguing with this one guy. What's his name? The smartest YN.
Oh no, I don't like him either. The smartest YN because you know what's irritating about him? Because he's not. I'm gonna say he's not dumb, huh?
Because he be trying to be so slick with shit.
Oh yeah. That's the part about it. But yeah, he's so slick with it. But the thing is that he's actually full of himself too.
Right. Like I remember he was showing me.
What the fuck is up with this ice? I think motherfucking restaurants are using dirty water to make their ice nowadays.
Probably.
Cause I
But
used
yeah,
to like
like,
eating the ice, but now ice tastes bad.
and like I remember I was talking to him. He was trying to show me his DNA, and he was showing me his DNA amongst all the other cultures and peoples of the world and this, that,
He
and
wasn't showing you his DNA. He was showing you that map, wasn't he?
no, not the map. It was like okay, let's say on the y-axis you had like Amazigh people, Igbo people, and so on and so forth. And no, it was like his DNA was so close to the African DNA, but he was trying to act like nah. See, that's why. So it wasn't as close to it because he's not 100%. He was like 86%, and then he was like, see, that's why I'm indigenous. I'm not close to the Africans, and I'm like, bro. And then he tried to tell me that haplogroup L is Asian. Like, come on, bro. Like he be trying to be slick with it. That's why I don't like arguing him. He argues in bad faith. And that's why he has to say nut shit like the Yoruba people are now Arabs. Even though their haplogroup does not support that. You still there, Red?
Yeah. I'm ordering some orange. I guess I want some orange juice. I'm ordering some orange juice from the store.
True. But yeah, like, just argues in bad faith. Now, as for other niggas, other people, I do think that like they just don't never they just ain't never considered certain things. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for TikTok, I never would have considered wait, okra is plants are certain plants are indigenous to certain regions. Or okra is indigenous to Africa. To be honest, I thought to be honest, as a Liberian, I thought, you know, my folks just ate okra because yeah, it tastes good, you know what I'm saying? And African Americans eat okra because hey, it just tastes good. Coincidence, you know? Only discovered, nah, it's indigenous to a region. You already said you're ordering some vegetables. People will really argue this. I mean, but that's why I can't tell. Because, you know, I would tell, I mean, look, if someone starts talking DNA or haplogroups, I can win that. But as for that, if they're not willing to take a DNA test, well,
I heard what you said. I was just completing my order. Um, yeah, I'm about to go watch some Netflix in a minute. But as far as okay, you don't need them to even take a DNA test. I like that, and a lot of them have. I wish they would show it, but and then try to argue how they got African. I mean, and they're not African. Even one guy was trying to say today that oh, and somebody shot it. I got to get that information. I can't remember who
Tyrone,
shot. Huh?
the Tyrone guy,
No. So I don't know who said it. It wasn't him though. Somebody was presenting today that they suppress Native American DNA on, and I'm always thinking about things in a different manner than other people come at it. So he was saying that they suppress Native American DNA in African Americans on the DNA test, and like overwhelmingly claim that they're African. So the thing is that my problem with that is that wait a minute, you're saying that you're neither Native or American. So why would it matter if they're suppressing Native American DNA with you in you because you're supposed to be something separate than the Native American?
Right. I don't get. I swear to God. In what world?
Get over
And
there and
look,
lay
bro.
down.
If you're gonna say someone's a Siberian, my nigga, aren't you the same Siberian just as much as them?
Yeah. You're making an argument. You're making an argument that they're suppressing your native, but remember you're saying they're the imposter.
The Siberian, they're the fake.
Yeah,
You should come up as neither. You should not come up majority African.
absolutely. And that's what I tell them. Like, if it was me, I would definitely be taking a DNA test to prove that I was neither African nor native, thus pointing out this ghost DNA
Precisely.
that exists in America that nobody has discovered yet.
That's no one's talking about. Exactly. Because you're gonna shit someone. You're gonna tell me, man, those are Siberians. Those ain't the real
Go over
ones.
there and lay down, Kimbo.
Well, if that's the case, shouldn't the DNA test show that, oh, you're neither an
Lay
African
down.
nor you're something
Hey,
completely
get over
different?
there and lay down, Kimbo.
You know, just crazy shit like
Lay
that.
down. Don't nobody care if you face the wall. Lay down.
You know, crazy shit like that, you know?
My dog get an attitude and try to turn his back to me. Don't nobody care. Ignore me, nigga.
Like, I just don't get that, like, one bit. I really don't understand in what world you indigenous and you still want to be known as black. Nigga, weren't you quote unquote reclassified?
Yeah.
Doesn't this help reclassify you even more? Shouldn't you be afraid of the word black?
Hey, you, get over here.
The shit don't be making sense.
Lay down.
That's when it starts to come off like I think some of these people are just saying stuff that makes them feel good. Like,
I'm talking to you
Yeah,
and
I
I ain't
got
even
a
on this
hard
screen.
on right now. I got.
Huh?
He said, people be saying stuff just to make them feel good. And I said, yeah, I got a hard on right now.
you gay?
Because I said I got a hard on, motherfucker. How does that make me gay? Unless
But yeah, like I think people just be saying stuff that just make them feel good, you know? Like
easy.
certain shit don't even gotta make sense.
But he asked me.
You know, like certain shit don't even gotta make sense. Like they be trying to make it seem like they knew about us prior to 1492, and I'm like, Brody, there's no evidence of this at all. The African tribes won't back you. The European tribes won't back you. Maybe the Asian, because he has connections with Siberia. But overall, majority, no one's gonna back you on this. Prior to 1492, no one has a clue of you. Like, not even a little bit. Yeah.
Vibes, where you at, boy?